Ahoy, mateys, and we are live. Welcome to the first Tuesday night 50 Fathoms Pirate Adventure live stream Phenom Extravaganza in a month. Word from your Pirate Admiral to the Peanut Gallery et al., people watching this later on demand. Should you pick a period in your life in which you are going to break two of your fillings, right, within a week of one another, pick a point in which all the dentists aren't closed due to there being a plague on, right? Because then you have to wait several weeks until it's an emergency and it's infected to get the work done, and it's just a huge pain in the ass. But that said, holes, man, in my skull feel amazing. Chompers are 100% again, and we are ready to get back into it. My God, we've missed you all so much. Remember, it has been a month since it's been a show, so it would probably be time to resub if you were a sub person. But, you know, I'm not going to beg too much, you know. But, so, with me this evening are my 5 friends and compatriots, who each are going to introduce themselves due to the interim, just give a little snippet about themselves, and then introduce their characters, right? And then give me a little snippet, what you consider to be the most interesting fact about the character that you play. And I am going to go with the most perplexed looking person first, so, hey Joe, what do you know?
I was trying to not look perplexed.
I know, it was too late though,
right
it was too late, yeah. So why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Joseph, but I'm playing Brian O'Brien, the Wind Mage, and currently, he's ready to blow some stuff.
Up.
Over.
So, a little fact about yourself then.
Another fact besides being a Wind Mage, or a personal fact?
Yourself, you, Joseph, the individual.
He's also a wind mage.
Also a wind mage. He also ready to blow.
I'm ready to blow.
You guys hit that 18 and over button literally every time you turn on the stream. It's your fault.
I built a hammock stand over the weekend. That is my factoid.
Built a hammock stand over the weekend. Excellent. And what would you consider to be the most interesting factoid about Brian O'Brien?
That he's Irish and doesn't really care.
The most interesting thing
about
Brian O'Brien, the man that can control the elements, has a pirate P branded into his forehead. The most interesting thing about this man is the fact that he was born in Ireland and is aloof.
He's like, fuck him.
And doesn't.
I don't care.
And doesn't
really
care.
Be Irish.
Well, I mean, I guess if, like, you don't care so much that you don't, that's like, I don't even care about this brand or whatever, or the circumstances about it, or my life leading up to this point, that is such a defining character. You are so fucking aloof that maybe it is relevant. It's like, that is the most interesting. I mean, despite the fact that he got stabbed like 32 times, he never mentions it, you know, like, just yeah, whatever, it happened, you know, it was sharp. Excellent, fantastic. Moving on, who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Excellent. Drew, introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Andrew, or Drew. I am Ambrose Avon. And the most interesting thing that happened to me is I've spent 20 or so hours in Zoom the last 7 days. That's interesting.
I've noticed that everybody's hair is getting a little less professionally maintained. But
I didn't have this last time we were on this. But Ambrose, most interesting thing about him, you know, he's changed, I think, since the beginning of this campaign. Yeah, I think he's changed.
Definitely, he was 68 when we started. He's like 34 now. That's
roughly,
a change, yeah.
But I'm thinking like he's had an epiphany about the nature of the world that he is in right now. and like what
the
what that
destruction.
means,
Yeah.
what that means for like how his behavior is, and how he has been
Right.
reflecting on his behavior.
He's
in
come
this.
to the entirely incorrect conclusion about the nature of the world, but through a series of logical quandaries that you could present reasonably to the individual in a path he would follow, certainly. Somehow,
Much like
you have
a
once
16th
again
century philosopher.
designed a character that through the character can justify being like, well, I've got to set everything on fire. It's the only answer. It's brilliant, and you can't, as Marshall, GM, DM, right, through the various systems now, you can't even be upset because in character it totally works. Totally works. Excellent. Fantastic. Has a view of the universe that is, if you watched the last episode, people, he was beginning to hint at it, and it's not correct. It's not correct. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Excellent, Larry. Describe
I'm
yourself.
Larry. Yeah, my character is Fei Yu, but he's known by Chef.
Yes.
The most
Fact
interesting
about
thing
yourself.
about me, all of this has grown since pandemic. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I went to the doctor today, and I described myself being sick a few weeks ago and my symptoms. He's like, "Yeah, you probably had COVID."
Yeah.
You know, because I had lost my sense of taste and smell, and I had a high fever and a cough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ding.
So.
Yep. That's the ticket. My neighbor probably had COVID in February, and it's likely that we did as well because we were sick like the week after, 2 weeks after, but just mildly. You know, just like it was. You know, seasonal flu, whatever. You know, it lasted about a week or whatever. Both me and the wife were under the weather, achy. You know, and then, but he got Bell's palsy. Like, he was on, like, rebuilds, went to the hospital, got serious pneumonia. You know, it was a big deal for him. But, yeah, no, likely already had it, but we won't know because there's no, his serum test.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for, antibodies, so then I can just walk around and
Right.
run the risk to catch it again.
No, there's tests for everyone.
Yeah, the antibody test. That's what I need. For Chef, the most interesting thing about Chef is that he is a pacifist. He does not like. Well, here's the thing: he doesn't fight. He doesn't want to fight, but secretly, deep down, he loves to hurt people. Like, that's his dirty little secret. Is that when he was younger and he massacred a whole group of people, he secretly enjoyed it, and he's been spending the last 40 or 50 years suppressing all that, which is why he is a pacifist, because we haven't explored that yet, but that's really his underlying motive for being a pacifist.
Now, that would be the 7th or 8th explanation for why you're a pacifist now, which is...
Right, he doesn't talk about it much.
Right, of course. It's never something that's ever brought up.
Right.
But it is an interesting angle. Sometimes one can be driven to such acts of violence that they come to a moment of clarity in such a moment, become horrified with what they are and have become, and do a complete 180 with their life and end up, hosting tabletop RPGs and being married to a dog.
There you go. With Chef, it's still right below the surface.
Right.
It's right there.
Right, yeah, simmering all the time.
Yeah.
No, that's he's a pacifist that also will pass his fist literally through whatever he's aiming at because he's a martial artist with like a D12 strength. It's just it's ludicrous. It's unacceptable, really. It's unacceptable that you don't use it. Really, that's what you've built this character. Right, not to talk people out of anything, because you got pretty shit persuasion, honestly. But, you are laser focused on just kicking dudes in half, and you're like, no, I respect it a lot as a DM, right? That you've built a character and completely ignored what he's built for to do your own thing. It's a brilliant move. It's applaudable.
Yes. Maybe I'll tell the other party members why he's a pacifist one day. I'll reveal.
Well, I am sure tonight we might have a dramatic interlude at some point in which maybe you could pull Screwed aside and finally, maybe just drop on him little wisdom nuggets.
So Brian O'Brien was talking about blowing things, so he might be the one to hear the story.
Right. I think that's something other than a wisdom nugget, technically.
Sure.
But moving on, who would like to go next? Mind you, the person that goes last is going to get an extra question.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to make Porter take the extra question.
Boom! David. Up next. David, tell us a little bit about yourself, the person.
My name's David. I family man. Got a bunch of little kids. 3 under 3 right now, so...
3
crazy.
under 3? My God, man, it's a vagina, not a clown car. Did it happen
Hey.
all at once? I mean, what? Three
So
under
sorry.
3.
So sorry, man.
No, biologically, they didn't happen all.
Are you, so it was bam, like a machine gun? Are you married to an Uzi?
Yeah, I guess so.
My
that was
Lord.
all-
3 under 3.
I hate to put it all on her, but
Right, yeah, no.
it's what she wanted. I'm just there to supply the.
Oh, yeah.
the need.
Is this one of those, like, quiverful situations? I mean, are we going to have a reality TV show here in a couple of years, you know? Because,
told her
frankly, 3 is enough. You know, you don't need 8 or whatever.
I'm just thinking, man, the math-wise, that's just so little downtime.
That is so little. I mean, like, my God.
Yeah.
We just want
Is
to
she
get it all
is she
out of the way.
bow-legged? Like, I mean, I'm
No,
just
she's a foxy little thing.
right. I mean, just like
Hence
just
3 and 3.
3 years though. I mean, my God. All right. So, man with just prolific sperm, and several board games. What is the most interesting fact about your character, Scroot?
Scroot is not a realist or a pacifist. He is an ideologist. Is that the? I mean, he has like these big grand ideas about what things are and what he wants to be. And I think dropping himself into this like creative, like world that accentuates people's abilities, he has seen like people now have like magic powers. I mean, he's
Right.
fantasy creatures. He's losing his mind, and it is
Right.
like, I think it's probably like a dream come true.
Right. He's a naive idealist, right? That has stumbled across the fact that magic is real. It's like the exact opposite realization I had when I was his age. I was about 13 or 14 when it really clicked. There was no magic. You know, I wasn't going to stumble across a book. You know, there wasn't going to be, you know, it was just that it wasn't the way the world worked, you know? And it was really disappointing to come to terms. There aren't no ghosts, you know, no clowns are going to apparate out of the woods and take me. You know, there's just nothing supernatural, right? Bummed me out, right? Having the exact opposite. Right, what a crazy... I mean, my teens would have gone a lot differently had there been, like, magic drugs, for instance.
You got your Harry Potter letter?
Right, But, last but certainly not least, Rusty, playing Jonas Porter. Why don't you introduce yourself to us, Rusty?
Okay, you kind of ruined it from my name, but that's all right. My name is Rusty, and I'm playing Captain Jonas Porter, the captain of the Brigand's Bane, which I think is what we're going to call it now that we are safely away from Brittany Bay.
The Brigand's Bane. Hell yeah. I'm just going to change that real fast. So go on, yes. And about yourself, the person, a little bit about you.
So interesting thing about me, and I'm going to go out on a limb and hope that I get some extra credit points for this by making it a nautical themed interesting thing. I have swum in the ocean, swam. I don't know. I dipped my body in the ocean on the approximate location where the equator meets the international date line. So that was cool.
That is a pretty interesting nautically themed fact. No extra credit, but you know what? No, a Benny for having the most interesting fact presented about your person thus far.
I'll take it. Thank you, good sir. And so, interesting thing about Captain Porter is that this is something he will probably never admit to anyone, but a part of him feels deeply ashamed that he did not die when his ship went down. The HMS Palace, because he had consigned himself to death, and about 30 feet down, he decided, you know what, I like being alive, and he surfaced.
Pitched out.
But exactly. He feels like he didn't quite reach that level of dedication to king and country and all that that other ship captains have done by sacrificing their lives, and I think he's ashamed of that pretty deeply, actually.
I mean, 30 feet down will still rupture your eardrums. I mean, you did all right, you know? You didn't do terrible there.
I got lucky.
But, Excellent. And then I demanded that the last person would have to tell us an interesting thing about a character. What does Captain Jonas Porter loathe more than anything else?
Ooh, on the spot.
On the spot, yeah.
I think if I had to pick one, I think that it would be sloth. He hates laziness, and that is part of the reason why he was so against Captain Scurvy, was because his idea of who Captain Scurvy was just like this pretty boy lazy guy who he just had a lot of money. Maybe it was given to him, or inherited or whatever, but had no clue what he was doing in terms of running a ship, running a crew, and instead was just trying to basically buy his way around. That sort of attitude, that lackadaisical sense of like, I'm just gonna throw my money around and do whatever. That is something that Captain Porter loves. He really values hard work and being able to do things even if you don't want to, getting your hands dirty, that sort of thing.
And did Captain Porter instead learn a valuable lesson about first appearances and assumptions? No, I believe
no,
you
he
guys
didn't.
definitely
Yeah.
did not. Nothing like that ever transpired. No, no. But so excellent. Thus concluding the introduction of the characters and the people that played them. I'm not going to say much more about the show channel keeping wise. We're back. It's official. We're back. We're here tonight. We're here tomorrow. We're going to try and get up here on Fridays. If Fridays go well, we're going to try and have a role-playing themed Saturday morning show where we pull in other Twitch streamers and talk about role-playing, like a talk show as opposed to like a role-playing show. No, it's, you got to eat ice cream. That's what you're doing. Yeah, 100%. But I am going to give the recap. So, probably, 3 weeks or so ago in game time, these fellows traveled through a storm to the mystical realm of Charybdis. Right? Their vessels were broken up in a variety of circumstances, both militant and weather-related, and they found themselves adrift on the sea, strewn together by waves and happenstance. They landed on the shores of Torith Ka, the savage land, and wandered into the jungles after fighting a velociraptor in the hopes of locating some, humans, right? And stumbled across, some red humans performing a human sacrifice. Managed to defeat them in a giant ape with some lucky shots. I mean, honestly, it was bullshit. Go back and watch the episode. You'll see. Utter garbage. But they managed to get a crew and put together a derelict skiff from the wreckage of a vehicle on the shore and sail it to Burgundy Bay. In Burgundy Bay, they came to understand it was a pirate town, right? And that they were going to need to procure some iron in order to be able to make the necessary repairs and outfitting to their vessel to make it more ship-shape, to do whatever the hell they wanted to do, because we haven't really cracked into the plot yet. There were some twisting circumstances involving a plot by the East India Trading Company and one Admiral Duckworth to make a move on Burgundy Bay and turn it from the last remaining free deep-water port in all of Charybdis to yet another deep-water port in the Great Port Treaty, which will mean that you need paperwork and consignment, and you gotta pay taxes, and there's dock managers, and it's a whole thing, town watches, right? It's all very official. It's, if you imagine the first Pirates of the Caribbean, the town that Jack Sparrow hops off the sinking boat onto the dock of there, that's what Burgundy Bay would turn into. Just gross. Just gross. But, they were down with it, mostly on account of their captain being down with it, because he likes a little bit of law and order. Went out to the mines, discovered that there was a double, triple cross kind of situation happening there. Managed to not really resolve anything with that situation, and head back with information, armed with information, only to find that Admiral Duckworth had moved on Burgundy Bay and was currently blockading the town. They briefly contemplated sailing up and then realized that they were in a derelict skiff looking like a bunch of pirates, sailing on an armada, blockading a pirate town, and that mayhaps it might not be the best, idea. At any rate, the lady of ill repute that they had managed to abscond from the tavern in Burgundy Bay, the Black Queen, had told them of the town of Azike that was accepting of ladies of the night and other, down on their luck folk, and requested transit there in exchange for a pocket full of gold that she had managed to procure through mostly theft. Mostly theft. And that is where we had found ourselves. Headed to Azike. About 3/4 the way, a little over halfway there from Burgundy Bay. And it is all gravy. So, what we will need is a flat navigation roll from Captain Porter to kick off this endeavor as we were mid-sailing action.
Alrighty, here we go. I rolled that twice. Meant to roll it once, my bad.
Oh, well,
That was a 6 on the
either
first.
one's a success, So, frankly, you move 2 closer to the destination. Scroot. The Scarillian Equace has been dropping something over the side of the ship on a line, right? And it's hard to tell because, again, he is a giant crab man, right? But he seems quite agitated with the result and draws the line back up, right? Waits a moment, drops it over the side again, makes some little, his mouth hands run over the line for a minute, seems quite agitated, scribbles something down in a log. And this is going on for, 15 minutes now. And you were muted. All right.
Nice, classy. My curious hindrance will have me there in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Equius, what are you doing?
Measurements.
Measurements? For what?
Depth.
Well, what seems to be the problem? You look like you're not getting the answers you wanted.
It's deeper.
Deeper like the ocean got deeper?
Yes, it's deeper than it was last time. Nearly a fathom.
Wow.
I was through this way 3 months ago. I take many measurements in my chart. One of his little crab hands puffs out a log, right? Well worn and clearly used. And if you were to flip through the pages, you would see literally thousands of, notes on measurements of depth from all around Charybdis. Seems
What can
to
that
have
mean?
obsessively well, that the water's getting deeper.
How can that be? Captain!
Yeah, Scroot, what's up? I didn't mean to say that.
What's
Master
up?
Scroot, what's the problem?
Well, Captain, now that you're back with us from whatever trip you were on, Equius seems to have some information regarding the depth of the ocean. I mean, I don't understand it. Captain, maybe you could make sense of it?
Master Equus, what is...
The water's getting deeper. He runs his little
Deeper.
mouth flagella over one of his eye antenna and cleans it, while his other one reviews the logs.
And so looking at his logs, I mean, you said it's very thorough.
White, ridiculously
is it-
thorough. OCD thorough.
Does
you
it
know?
does it seem like there's lots of like crossed out depths with changes?
This is the 3rd or 4th entry in here, and it has gotten a full fathom deeper over the time that he's, which would, indicate that, the water's rising, yeah.
And this is a concern. If we, I mean, it could be that we may not find our port if it's deep enough, but do you have any idea what may have caused it?
I mean, things should have stopped since the drowning. There's absolutely no precedence for this. In 13 years, the water shouldn't be. Just stopped. It hasn't rained like that in over a decade. It doesn't make any sense. He goes and refers to the log again, kind of half paying attention to you, mostly seeming to be thinking out loud.
You said drowning. What was the drowning?
This all used to be land.
I don't think we've actually heard this story in character, right?
No, you have not. No, nobody's thought to inquire in the this succession.
Yeah,
Right, I shoot Equius before he can tell us.
Thank God he's a journal.
How dare you bring plot into our world?
Fortunately, this motherfucker definitely has a journal. Yes. Whether he's written down like the super common knowledge, this is what happened, because it is pretty. Everybody knows that, yo.
You said this used to be land.
Yeah, all of this used to be land.
Well,
It used to be one continent. One love.
Ambrose turned to the group talking, having heard. Pretend we showed up here 3 weeks ago and aren't from here 13 years ago. And then pretend that you're saying things that people would need to have been here for, or have had them explained to them.
Yeah, sure. So when a mommy loves a daddy, it lays its clutch of eggs in a spawning pool, right? And then the males with the larger claw scurries over, and they do the dance presentation in which one is thrown from, and he releases his sperm onto the clutch, and then devours a great number, depending on his hunger in the moment. Before, you mean the water depth? Yes. Yes.
You eat your own sperm?
Well, yeah. Protein, bro. We're ocean creatures,
Fascinating.
man. Come on, man. Come on.
We might need to get a female of you just to see this in action.
Hey, what makes you think I'm not a female? Did you just assume Equius' gender? Oh, no, we're not doing that. Because he
your
identifies
claw
as an
is
attack
larger.
helicopter.
Is not one of your claws larger than the other?
That's true. It's true.
You
One
don't
of them
just
is larger
out
than the other.
yourself. I would have assumed that having given me a description of a male, and you fitting that description, well, by gods.
Yeah, so, alright. We Scarillians, we are known for measuring things, right? We like to take sums and figures, and before I was shipwrecked and in the ocean when you found me, I was the super for a Spanish guild ship, the Lala's Pride. The Lala's Pride was, scuttled by those sharks. But that's where I began taking measurements of the water, because facts and figures, depths and charts, mapping, and I could be the first person to map the depths, and, there's some, you wouldn't understand, you're not really Scarillian. But over the course of a few months, I noticed that the water level was rising, right? 6 months, or 6 inches over the last 3 months in particular, about a full league since I began taking measurements. Is that why you don't ask about the plot? Boom. Wow. Wow. Of course, having seen that the number has risen, right, I have some
The
concerns
drowning,
there.
man. This event that you said rendered this entire continent an ocean. The drowning.
Oh, yeah, you guys don't know the myth. Oh, wow. I mean, you should
If
be
it
more
happened,
specific.
it's not a
right?
myth.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I mean, who knows what happened now, but, so what happened here, yes, excellent. So, there used to be, Agrapog, right? It was where the Flotsam Sea is now. It is the center of Charybdis, as it were. Because apparently you can sail from the free towns to the Kyrian Empire. It's a very small globe. But moving on, It was the center of civilization and all things, the great capital of the, all the empires here, really. The king there, quite noble fellow, had some daughters, 4 in number, in fact. They got involved with some books that they probably shouldn't have tinkered with in the library that accumulated the arcane knowledge of the ages, and might have gotten into some necromantic arts and channeled an ancient evil and turned themselves into unfathomable entities of destruction and attempted to, do some bad stuff politically. The specifics of which are not terribly important in this moment. But what you should know is that the king discovered them, and as punishment decided that they needed to be executed, and had them lashed to posts at the shore of the kingdom for the tide to come in. And as the water washed over them, they cursed the kingdom that it would drown, and it began to rain, and it continued to rain, and it got biblical with the rain. And in fact, the whole kingdom of Agripog, true to their word, was then covered in 50 fathoms of water. He said it.
Roll credits.
This is why we don't have kings anymore.
Do you understand the mathematical equation that it would be to rain that much to fill? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
to fill the whole world?
It's ludicrous, isn't it? Yeah, it's.
As if it was the great flood that never receded?
Right. Well, and here's the thing. So that was 13 years ago, right? The coastlines have been mostly the same, according to most folk. I've been taking these fucking measurements. We got an extra fathom, and including 6 inches here over the last 3 months. I mean, that's a huge increase, you know? It indicates that the world's still drowning.
But it's either, well, we just left Burgundy Bay, and you're saying it was 72 inches in the imperial system, shallower 3 months ago.
No, when I started taking measurements a few years ago.
Oh, you said in the past 3 months.
In the past 3 months, it's gone up 6 inches. It's been a dramatic increase in the last 3 months.
Yes,
over the overall gain.
Quite a bit of Burgundy Bay. It could be just that the seafloor is dropping.
Maybe that's it.
The immense weight of the water that has been diluted upon it is pushing the seafloor down.
What if it's a narrative MacGuffin that
which
didn't
actually
take time to
happens.
account the scientific realities of? What if that would be common knowledge where the world's still drowning because the coastlines would be rapidly evolving? It would be an interesting, conclusion.
Maybe some bounce back in the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pushed down and now it's...
Spongy, the seafloor has absorbed enough seawater now that the rope drops into it in a muddy abyss, a mire, as opposed to a solid.
It could be just an imbalance in the way the rope has changed. It's become waterlogged over these years of being used as a measuring tool, so now it sinks faster.
I mean, Occam's razor, certainly.
Or you're finding
Master Ambrose, I believe we could banter back and forth about the causes of the depth change all day, but I think the important thing here is that if the water is indeed rising, it could mean that our destination is no longer where we think it.
I mean, it's 6 inches underwater.
My best guess is that the free towns, as we know them at this rate of acceleration, will disappear within 3 years. That's Baltimus, that's Kaweo, that's all of it. And that if that keeps up, that within a decade, every bit of land will be underwater.
Making this a water world.
Including the Coker Mountains, even, the highest point. There would be nowhere left that would not be.
Good thing we have a boat.
And I trust your mathematical equations. You seem the type to be accurate.
What's that supposed to mean, bro? What, all crabs are good at math?
Well, you seem to be.
No, they literally are. All crab meat. They're a fact.
Well, that is quite concerning. If we are indeed stuck here and we cannot return to Earth, as I am quickly losing hope of, then that involves us. I must say, having the entire planet underwater is a most undesirable out.
It works all right for me.
Yeah. For the fish people and the crustacean here, yes, they.
I mean, you know.
A glorious new age is upon them.
Yeah, finally
Quite.
got that oceanfront mountaintop real estate, you know?
Indeed, Master Ambrose, except for the fact that we are not fish people, no crustacean.
Do this mean that if
Not with
it were
that
to be
attitude.
allowed to continue unabated, the world itself would just become increasingly larger and larger until the atmosphere is pushed out and the air becomes as thin as a mountaintop?
I'm not sure that they knew about atmospheric mechanics and probably that it was harder to breathe it out. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Well, in
I'm
my opinion,
also like an alchemist that was
That's
right, so I could
all
have
of-
all kinds of crazy theories.
all of the water's just going to go off the edge.
In the
There you go, there you go.
1960s, a man will walk on the moon. His name, Army Nielstrom.
Yes. Well, we could just sit here all day discussing the philosophies of this. I
There's
would be okay
certainly
with that.
nothing that we can do about it here now. But
Mr. Dumbass
thank you.
over here.
That-
All right.
Fascinating. I say, as an experiment, let it happen and observe the results.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, yeah. I suppose we could talk to Tressa the Red about it, but we can't get through the gullet in this ship.
Tressa, who's that?
She's an art
Crap
mage.
person.
She's a what
An
now?
art mage.
An art mage, yeah.
Art major?
Art mage.
It's,
Oh, yes. Your little mouthy bits have a hard time with T's. They need a tongue for the T. The arc. Yes.
How about
You
suck
do your
on my
best.
Flagella.
Yes.
No, she's the only known human art mage, in fact.
Where could we find this Archmage?
In the gullet,
That doesn't sound pleasant at all.
which is in the teeth,
Well, naturally, yes.
which is in the flotsam sea.
We just come from there, have we not?
To get to
Quite,
the teeth,
yeah.
you need to sail down the gullet. It's, a deadly rapids. And again, both of his eye stalks now go down to the vessel with the planks covering the holes and the barnacles and the moss. This ain't it, boss.
Well, you're right about that. We definitely could use an upgrade.
Well, certainly we can find either a new ship in AZK.
You need a
or-
new ship, a better crew, and maybe a little magic, frankly.
More magic? My god.
Like real magic.
Oh shoot.
Brian O'Brien, you gonna pick that from him?
Yeah, I don't know. The party favors are great, guys. It's clear that you're fresh off the boat. You guys could perform at kids' year festivals. When a kid's going through its yearing, you could go there and you could be like, ta-da, and you light the candles or blow them out. It's real.
I'm gonna
I whispered to Chef, how good do you think? Do you know how to cook crab meat?
Because we see you as a pretty big other right now.
Yeah, about 400 pounds.
It is not hard to dehumanize the inhuman.
You'd have to get through my shell.
Well, it's why you steam them first.
I don't like this line of inquiry.
Good thing we have a fire mate.
Oh, yes, we do.
I feel
Parlor
like
trick
my
it
point
would.
as an
He says-
expositionary device has ended. Good day, sirs.
He says, "You want to see a magic trick?"
No, hold on just a minute, Sir Master Crab.
Master Crab. Master
There was an
Crab.
attempt
Oh,
to be respectful.
hell no. Oh, hell no. It's Scarillion, if you want the race, and it's Master Equus.
God, you're so fucking British.
Wow, Master Crab. Excuse me, Pip
Jolly
Pip.
good.
Pip Pip, Master Crab, lesser being. Food stuff, I say.
Captain Porter has not made any attempt to learn the names of the various races.
Especially since crab is like trash food to you. You don't fuck with crab, you don't eat lobster, you don't eat any sea insects. It's for poor people. Why would you put that in your body? Like,
Yeah.
so it's a double insult. It's not even good eating.
I beg pardon, Master Scarillion.
Master
Now, I do have a question
What's
for
that,
you.
Master
You said,
Meat Man? Master Monkey?
well,
It's just,
monkey,
we're just referring to
not
people by our races, you know? Master Monk Ape, huh? Yeah? What do you... Master Equus?
point taken. Point taken. Probably soon forgotten, but point taken. Now, Master Equinus, is that
Sure, yeah. Close enough.
right? Okay.
You don't have the mouth flagella for my real name, so...
You, yeah, quite. Now you said something interesting, and I would like to question you along that line further. You said that you are attempting to be the first Scarillion to chart the depth of the entire ocean. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could get all kind of egg clutches for that.
Are you in contact with many other Scarillions? Would you assume this to be a common goal?
No, I wouldn't call it. I mean, we're known for measurements and figures, but no, we're very solitary. We come together once a year for our, and that's about it.
CrabCon.
CrabCon, yeah.
So you could say that it's possible you are one of the only people to have noticed such a change.
Likely even, yeah.
No witnesses.
Well, now nobody knows the world's drowning, do they? hey guys, are we underwater? I swear this market was above water 2 years ago. What? Yeah, no.
All right. Well, thank you. This is something to definitely keep an eye on. If the depth of the water continues to get deeper, let's speak on.
Agreed. Yeah. And with that accomplished, we're gonna need another navigation roll. Ooh,
I got you.
forced some exposition down your throats, didn't I? Pried your mouths open and just shoved it in there. Oh, take it. Yeah. Oh, Captain Porter, just standard.
Just barely.
Barely, wow. That is too close. So you are within sight of shore now. Take this next one at a +2.
There we go. The home stretch.
Critical fail. No. Oh yeah, you
Hey.
bang in. I mean, you like drift into the dock. Perfect momentum.
Goes in between two ships.
Right.
Perfectly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, slides
Like a
sideways.
glove.
Like a glove, exactly.
Parallel parks the ship.
Right. No, that's ridiculous. But you guys find yourselves in Azzy K, and normally, fun fact, that's Azzy Key, but this is a pirate town, and they don't know any better, so it's Azzy K.
As soon as we get to the dock, Captain Porter will start shouting out orders to tie off the ship and do all the necessary procedures.
You are not going to be able to pull all the way up to the dock. Too shallow there. You would have to park your ass right out here, and then take a dinghy in.
Do we have one of those?
We have a dinghy.
I do not recall a dinghy.
Great.
Can we fit on Equus?
Equus
Like
could.
stand
I'm
on 'em?
sure he would be happy to ferry you out one by one.
If only we had a saddle for the thing.
Sir Crab. Might be
Second
borrowing a
issue,
back,
I
sir.
believe the whole reason that you guys went to the iron mines in the first place was because you were in desperate need of an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we keep the ship far enough out that it doesn't, get beached, right? There's really nothing keeping it in place. It's just going to go wherever it goes, right? If we beach the ship, that's fine, assuming that it is currently low tide. It's a good thing we haven't spent the last 10 minutes insulting the person that might have access to the tide charts. But, that's neither here nor there. What's the word there, Captain? Clearly
think,
don't get too shallow.
Yeah, I think what Captain is thinking is that would probably be better if he stayed on the ship to kind of direct, stay on the ship with a few of the crew members to direct, kind of moving us back and forth with as make sure we don't get away from where we're supposed to be, and send the rest of the crew ashore and maybe take shifts or something to come on out.
So who is going overboard and waiting ashore?
Scroot dives in.
Scroot dives in with his natural swimming ability. It does appear to be low tide. Once you get close enough to the shore, you can see where the water was clearly higher. The discoloration of all of that. Mid tide, but low, probably on the rise again currently. That is neither here nor there, though. Everybody, make sure to eat 2 rations for you and your associated crew member as we venture into customs and shipping.
Boom.
So, Scroot. Bam. Who else is gone?
I'll
Jeff
go.
goes. Jeff goes.
Jeff is going. Bam.
Tyron's right.
Brian.
Brian is going. Bam.
Duh.
Ambrose, you're not going to
Go in that water.
the indignity of it. Yeah, that makes sense. You 3 are stopped at the end of a dock by a plump, elderly-looking gentleman. If you had to draw the most immediate parallel, it would be Smee from,
Nice.
he's a Smee fellow.
Does Annie come with us? Is that?
No, she is staying on the ship currently to make sure that everything is on the up and up.
Gotcha. Hey, Chef, Brian, do either of you remember who we're supposed to be looking for? Annie said we were supposed to find someone who would help her, but I don't remember who that was. Should I swim back and ask her?
Yeah, you do that, kid. Because I don't remember shit.
All right, I am swimming back out.
Swimming back out there. All right, give me a swimming roll this time. Even
Chef totally remembers, by the way, but he just wants them to go back.
I've made this trip 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Splash, splash, yeah. Azzy Angsley is the name of the lady. It's
Okay.
Azzy's. Okay, she is.
As he gets right to the ship, I say, Azzy Angsley, by the way.
Dang it. All right, I'll swim back.
The fellow on the dock has a spear. And he says, "State your business."
We're here to see Azzy Angsley.
What? You have an appointment?
I look at Scroot. What do you say?
An appointment. An appointment. That's what it is.
Oh, I think he wants to know if we have an appointment. Do we have an appointment?
We do not have an appointment.
You'll need to schedule an appointment.
I would like to schedule an appointment.
Let me go get the harbor master. He walks into this fabric-covered walled shack and steps out wearing a wide naval hat.
Yes.
And he says, "All right, let's schedule you an appointment." The spear is leaning up against the wall now. It looks like she's available.
Groot, leave that spear alone.
I mean, literally whenever.
Excellent.
Does now work?
Now definitely works.
Appointment with Miss Ainsley for now. And who can I say is calling?
My name's Scrooge.
Scrooge.
I'm Faye Young. We are here on behalf of Jonas Porter. Captain Jonas Porter.
Faye Scroot.
And Brian.
Captain Faye Porter. Brian. Alright, I'll be back. He walks into the shed, takes off the hat, walks out, and disappears into the larger building for a moment. Comes back out, picks up the spear again, and says, "She's not expecting you."
She's not.
No.
Right.
Oh,
Because
what
we
was
did
the
not have an
goal there?
appointment. The fact of making an appointment is to hopefully she would expect us because we've made an appointment. That's kind of what the appointment
Appointments. Yeah, well, you'll have to turn in your weapons to the customs officer.
is for. Chef is more than happy to turn in weapons.
There
Absolutely.
are no weapons allowed anywhere on the K except
Chef,
for the town watch.
Chef nudges Scroot. He's like, "Hey, I still got these ones." But he passes over his cleaver.
Wait, I have to get the customs officer. He sets the spear against the wall, goes into the shack, comes back with a badge. Alright, your weapons, please. We're
Mine's less
understaffed.
of a weapon, it's more of a cooking utensil. But I am a chef.
Thank you for the
But if-
resub, Brian.
But if you need to hold my cooking device, you're more than happy. I do a little twirly twirl and hand it over.
And he takes it and he says, "Name."
It's a cleaver.
No, your name, so I can give you the tag for it. You're gonna want
Faye?
it back, right?
Yes, please. Faye you.
Pay me. Okay.
Here, sir. This is
Is that your? Is that it? Pay me.
Faye you. Why you? Last name you.
Why you last name?
Why you?
You. All right. He writes 001 and tears it off and hands it to you. Don't lose your number.
Thank you very much.
Next.
Here. This is my my bow, and I have a quiver of arrows, and 3 or 4 daggers, and I'll pull them out.
Wait. I'm gonna need to get a tray. He comes back with a wooden cart. Put your weapons in the tray.
This is excruciating.
And my name's Scroot. I don't know how to spell it.
I do. Wink, wink. He takes your weapons 002. Tears it off. Hands it to you. You, sir, your weapons, please.
I hand the ticket to Flim Flam. Don't lose this.
Flim Flam immediately eats the ticket.
Hey, sir, I'm sorry. My monkey ate my ticket.
What was the name?
I'm Scroot. I don't know how to spell it.
What's the number?
I don't know. I can't read. But you remember I just gave you like a bow.
Yeah, he looks through the list with 2 names on it and goes, "You're 2. and tears another 002 off the sheet and hands it to you and says, I can't be responsible for this a third time. I've got important things to be doing.
I begrudgingly hold it myself.
Yes. Excellent. And you, sir, your weapons, please.
Does an axe count as a weapon?
And could you kill somebody with it?
Oh, I couldn't. No, that would be terrible.
Well, hand it over anyway.
Okay, just checking. Here's the axe.
Name?
Brian.
Brian. Is that it?
That's
Just
it.
Brian?
Well,
Be careful. Do you have like a initial or something in case we get another Brian?
well, you could do Brian
What if
O'Brien.
we have two Brians?
Could be Brian O'Brien.
It's
or you
clear
could do
that this is, by the way, the first
Bob.
sheet on the customs log that's ever been torn from, or like, this is clearly a new system that has never been used before. Like, there's 0.000% chance that another Brian is going to come through. But yes,
Yeah.
no, it is a concern of his.
It's
O'Brien, you said?
Brian Bob O'Brien. Yep.
Brian Robert O'Brien. We use proper names here, sir. And he takes your axe and tears a 3 off the page and hands it to you and says, enjoy your stay in the key. I'll get the watch guard to escort you to the public area. And goes back in, takes off the badge, picks the spear up where he leaned it off the wall and goes, follow me.
Man, he
And,
really shifted from peppy pirate to drudgery of the DMV quick.
Yeah,
Because he
well,
was like, Applement,
we were
governor.
discovering who he was in the moment, and now we
He's
found
finding
it.
his voice. He was finding.
But
his
he
voice.
walks to here
Found
and says, enjoy your stay. That's the end of the non-public area, the end of the dock, by the way.
Excellent.
That's it. This area is strictly forbidden. It's official business only, the dock. But the rest of this is public. It's several tents lined up on the shore, selling fruits, mostly things that seem to be salvaged. There are some croplands that are starting to be developed behind, but all looks like a relatively recent development into its first season. The town is noteworthy because its largest building is in fact half of what was once a fairly magnificent ship that has been gutted and transformed into a tavern.
So I think we're supposed to head into this big building. It looked like that's where he said Azzy would be.
Yeah, wherever he walked to check to see if she knew who we were, I go in there, whatever that building was.
There is definitely a lady in there. AZ Ansley, bright red hair, clearly oh my god, I've forgotten the name of the fucking race of people.
Massaquani?
Massaquani, thank you. Yes, given her voluptuous proportion and strong frame, human, of course, but iconic, as they, And she does not seem to be expecting you. She is currently looking over a series of crates with a checklist.
Hello, miss. Did you hear me put on a little accent there?
Yeah, hello. Welcome to Azzy Exports. What
beautiful.
can I help you with?
Hi, my name's Scroot. We're kind of new in this world,
Clearly.
but we helped a friend of ours. Her name's Annie. She was a slave. Showed up. She showed up when we first met her. At Burgundy Bay.
She showed up when we met her.
That's kind of what people do.
Generally, yeah, no. She showed up 6 weeks after we met her. She She suddenly became
Approximately.
visible.
Yeah, it turns out hearing the rest of the sentence is important, huh?
Yeah, no, yeah.
When we met her on Burgundy Bay,
Mhm.
she asked us to bring her here. Said that you could maybe help her get out of trouble.
So, let me get this straight. She sets down her clipboard. You brought a slave that you just met to my town because she told you I could get her out of trouble?
I mean, she paid us to do it. It wasn't like we just did it for free.
And that makes it more honorable, or I'm just so the impetus here is fascinating. But no, it turns out you're correct. No, this is a place where we take care of downtrodden women. Yes, mostly on account of the nature of this here township. I don't know if you've started to notice, but we just we got kicked off here pretty recently. Crew got shipwrecked here. Found it to be pretty bountiful in fruits and natural resources, and they're trying to make a go here. The problem is, there are a bunch of fellas here, and I'm the only gal, and well, I don't play for that team. So, if we could get some ladies here, maybe we could get the, things calmed down, get a proper town going, get people not thinking about the pirating and the gutting, and thinking more of the homesteading and the farming. Unfortunately, women of high society aren't likely to find a suitor amongst, the likes of the, what you've seen. That's pretty much the crew. And there's like a dozen of us, but they're all that quality.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Annie would fit in perfect. She certainly can take care of herself.
Well, and I mean, we wouldn't be like forcing ourselves on her. She'd be welcome to, make a selection of suitors. She can move into one of the shanties, find a job for her here, settle in, find a life, and any other gals you find of ill repute, were you to bring them here, we'd be happy to take them in. Trying to get a town started here, after all.
So, price per head you could perhaps offer?
Ooh, if only you had swum out.
Yeah.
That
He all of a sudden his money sense starts tingling and he dives overboard. Just
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
somebody's
Totally.
negotiating without me.
Pimp
Raid every
Ambrose.
town in Cribs.
Pimp Ambrose has all of the
Right.
ill repute.
Shit.
I just love the idea of Scrooge as the face of this organization.
Right. Yeah.
Ambrose walks in with like a velvet purple jacket
Right.
and a giant hat.
I never mentioned that my robes are velour.
Did someone say pimp?
We start seeing fireworks showing up from the
Right.
ship. We're like, what could that mean?
And they just
Spells
spell
out,
out,
hold on.
negotiate, you dumbasses.
Well, we'll let Annie know that you're here, and we'll bring her to shore as soon as we can.
Feel free to make use of the town. You can pick up provisions here. We've got a quest board.
Oh, wow.
Is there anything that you specifically need help with? I mean, we're kind of waiting for some stuff to go down.
Ship being
Day.
built.
What about
Ship being built.
What about what? Well, I mean, what do you need? Let's negotiate here. What are we talking? I mean, I don't have a bunch of gold if that's what you're asking. We do have some things.
No, I was asking if there was anything you needed. I mean, we're just trying to kill time while.
Well, yeah, I got things I need, but I don't have any means to pay you conventionally. You'd have to come up with some means of.
We could barter. We could barter.
I'm watching. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
Schrute.
Chef's just like,
I said Dwight Schrute.
this is a learning opportunity.
Yeah. Dwight screwed. Okay, Dwight screwed.
If you press him, how he grow.
His chest puffs up. Well, I'm sure there's something.
I've recently become a part of the adult conspiracy.
Oh no.
It's
She just
Well, as
re-mentioned she doesn't play for that team. Just not with words, but with her facial expression and body language. Just immediate.
I mean, Scrooge
I mean-
might look like a young, boyish lesbian.
That's true. Yeah, she's not the twink
Women,
kind though. I mean, she's
15-year-old boys. What's the difference?
if you're not wearing
Oh,
flannel,
God.
it's the wrong channel.
What do we need, Scrute? What do we need?
Well,
What?
our ship needs an anchor. We're trying to find a bigger
You
ship.
need an
but,
anchor?
I mean, yeah, our ship's just floating out there. We had to
We
swim
did
to shore.
just decommission our ship to turn it into a tavern. We still have the anchor.
I mean, yeah, like I like turn around to Chef.
That's a start.
We need it. We do need one. What do you need done? We'll do anything.
Anything you say, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we have a woman.
Brian's
have Annie.
Like shaking his
So I
head,
mentioned the
basically.
white slave trade right now. I mean, we don't need the anchor anymore. It's clear that we don't, it's hanging on the wall of our tavern as part of our nautical quiche at this point. But I mean, I would definitely be willing to trade it. Were you guys willing to solve a problem that's keeping us from expanding to the southern end of the island here?
I mean, yeah, sure. Sign us up. We promise we will take care of that.
Yeah, it's just it's a cave filled with bears. We need cleared out.
Oh, I'm sure we can handle that.
Yeah, we
Let me
made
go
a
talk
few
to my
runs at it.
That
and,
sounds like that could bring us a lot of experience.
We've made a few runs at it, lost a couple of fellas. We don't have enough crew to really keep throwing resources at it. Managed to wound one of them. It's got a couple of spears still sticking out of it, likely. But,
What's so difficult about these bears?
Have you ever seen a bear, mister?
I mean, is it a regular bear?
Sure. I mean, yeah, she doesn't have a frame of reference for that question because, all right, so let's just say it's not a regular bear, right? It's a magical Charybdis bear. Now, she spent her whole life in Charybdis, right? It's definitely a regular bear to her. It's the only kind of bear she has ever seen.
Right.
Regular bear, yes.
But they still call it a bear.
They still call it a bear. Yeah.
I know,
So
it's
someone-
what a
It's just a bear.
coincidence, It's,
Yeah.
So someone with an earthly frame of reference called
Right.
that thing a bear, despite whatever's different.
Yeah.
You're right, because koala
Well.
bears are bears, and grizzly bears are bears, and polar bears are bears, and panda bears are bears, and
So we have
sun
one
bears
dilemma.
are bears, and they're all the same.
We
I
have one
vote for
dilemma.
koala.
Yeah, no,
We-
it's
we-
just a
we need-
cave with 4 koalas in it.
We need the rest of our crew.
Just giving everybody chlamydia.
We would love to clear out the cave. Bears taste delicious. I would be more than happy to help you there. The problem is we need the rest of our crew to assist us, and unfortunately, without an anchor, that might be difficult. I don't suppose you could help us on, let's say, credit.
I could tie your vessel off to the end of the dock, leave it moored that way,
That would be more than sufficient for us.
and then
Screw-
you guys could accomplish the task, and when we got back, we could negotiate the anchor transfer / installation.
Screw it. Go tell the captain. Bring Pimp Ambrose back.
Aye.
And maybe the wench. Oh, the woman.
The young, marriageable young lady of marriageable age. By the way, there is
Marriageable.
a skiff.
Pretty sure that's a word.
You noticed right there as he dives into the water that he totally could have rowed out there to get the captain, the girl, and Master Ambrose, but has decided, of course, in proper Scroot form, to just swim back out. Scroot, you have made it to the boat.
Captain. Boy, do I have news for you.
All right, what did you find?
Well, we found the lady, and I kind of like look over her shoulder towards where Annie is. Annie, she says they have room for you here. They'll take you. They'll provide you, everything you need. There's
That's
kind of
wonderful
some,
news.
There's kind of some, caveats to that, but I'm sure you'll figure that out.
What's a caveat?
Yeah, exactly. Captain, do you see that big ship that's crashed? They've turned that into a tavern, and they don't need their anchor anymore.
Well, that is good news.
The leader of this town, she said we could have it, but we have to help them out with a problem, killing some bears.
Master
Like
Scroot, this is
normal?
excellent. What?
Thank you. Thank you.
I told her it'd be no problem at all. That we could take care of it in a jiffy.
I agree with you, Master Scroot. After those red men in the jungle of Torath Ka, I think our small crew here can handle a couple of bears quite.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking too, because we're kind of like heroes now, and we can pretty much do anything.
Right. Right.
Right. Okay. Well, this sounds excellent. Yes. Let's move. Did she? We still have the issue of not being able to dock properly without it.
Oh yeah, no. She said we could tie off at the end of the dock. We just need to get close enough without crashing into it.
Well, I believe I can accomplish that task.
Oh. What they need in this port is a boat with which to tug us closer to the docks.
That is an excellent idea. Perhaps you should suggest that.
Or, I mean, considering it's a boat, I mean, you could just literally have Scroot swim to the beach with a rope and then just walk backwards, because you can pull,
Are we? How far from the like dock area?
Like you're 120 feet out in the water or so. Like.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all, and you would you could close within 30 feet of the dock before you got grounded or so. So. That's still an issue of a swim currently, or that dinghy that Scroot has ignored. But yeah, there are several ways to go about this that are relatively painless.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we'll just get up as close as we can to the dock then, and have Scroot jump back into the water with the rope.
Excellent. So it will be a boating roll at a -1 due to the delicate and difficult circumstances. Non-issue, of course, because it is wonderful, and the swimming roll is deftly accomplished, and the boat is tied off. It will drift a little, list side to side some, given the way it's tied off there, but the tide shouldn't be sufficient on the return to cause any issue currently. So, you guys should have, all the time you need.
Cool.
Which is good, because it is growing late in the day, having had a full day sail to get here. And you guys are probably going to want to bed down at a impromptu campsite or on the deck of your ship, or maybe have a drink in the tavern. There are several activities for the night. It is just a few miles across the entirety of the island, but maybe not best to set out overnight at any rate. But that is up to you, of course.
Chef sleeps on the ship.
Captain will give everybody shore leave, but we'll remind the crew first that if there are any disciplinary issues, that they will be dealt with harshly.
Tavern hard. See what I come back with barrel of this time.
Yeah, no, that is a excellent idea. So, Chef, you're sleeping, you said?
Chef is sleeping on the ship, yep. Is that where Equus is?
Yes, Equus is on the ship. He doesn't ever leave the ship. He's not a fun guy. He's facts and figures,
After that whole deal, and I know it's pretty late, but can we check and see if that guy's still there to get our equipment back, or does that automatically come back?
You can't have it until you leave town.
Oh, but
not
how
even to do with the bears?
Oh yeah, I mean when you're gonna leave town to.
Okay,
The
I didn't
bears
know
aren't like in a house. Like they're in a cave outside of town.
I've never seen Charybdis bears.
That's
As
true.
far as I know, they do live in a house.
That's true. There's 3 of them, and don't fuck with their porridge
I hate
temperatures.
to assume about the bears.
Well, I was just wondering because we were getting back on the boat, so I didn't know if we could take our equipment with us back to the boat, or I guess we'd have to swim back.
We could just role play.
Chef's
giving it back
mind is
to us,
removed.
and then-
Ooh.
We could probably just walk
back
in
to
there
you.
and grab it and.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
Thank
is
you
true.
for the
I would
soap,
like
Ryan.
to. I would like to. When the harbor master dude goes to take a leak, I would like to go into his little tent and move all of his things around that identify his different jobs to new places. Like take the spear and put it over in one place, and the cool feather hat and move it into a new place.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a opposed stealth roll by his notice roll. Oh shit! What do we got here? Ah, hell yeah! No, you do it. You slip past him. He's currently in town watch mode, so he doesn't have the spear in there. But the hat's in there, the badge in there, the gloves are in there, the anvil is in there, the book is in there, the Bible is in there, the hoe is in there.
Wow. The clergyman and the blacksmith.
Well, I don't think I can move the anchor, but I'll move everything else.
Is our shit in there?
Yeah, no, the gear's in there too, yeah.
But we will get that when we go with the bears.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I just move everything around.
Right, shuffle it around in there.
Yeah. And then
There.
Bears.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna forget it. That's my only thing.
You're gonna forget your axe when you leave town?
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. I mean, sure. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Like,
Well,
I'm
Amber's
prone to
gonna
forgetting
grab
it.
some drinks in the tavern and then sleep on the boat.
Going for some drinks in the shipwreck surprise.
Oh, amen. This place looks awesome.
I forgot to grit it because I'm a bad DM.
There's gonna be combat in here, don't worry.
No, there's not gonna be combat in here. I mean, there could be, but it would
I
be
mean, what do you think this
unarmed,
is?
like
What do you think this is? An alleyway?
ludicrous combat.
Uh-oh.
Just a wave of fire there, a wave of fire
All
there.
right, whoosh, the whole thing goes up.
Light
Yeah, it's clear.
birthday
I mean,
candles.
they've turned the gun ports into windows, and they've installed a fireplace in one of the walls, and there's a little bar in there and a few tables. There is a barkeep behind the bar, two guys sitting there talking to another, and a third guy, and three of his limbs are missing. Two of them are wooden legs, and one of them is a hook. He also has one eye and as many teeth as he is missing limbs. He seems to be pretty hammered.
This audio track is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the barkeep there and inquire. Were you here when they drugged this ship aboard on shore?
Aye.
Why did y'all drag it on shore backwards?
It's how she broke up, out on the reefs. 'Twere the only way it was.
It's him.
So it broke up out there in the sea.
In a real convoluted series of events it were. A typhoon it was. Swept over the ship in a hellacious wave, magical in nature, hard to comprehend for a man of science such as yourself.
Of course. And then
Almost
deposited the ship here.
indescribable.
Yes.
Well, no, it deposited half the ship here, you see.
Watch where you're going.
The other half is still in the inky depths.
You're doing the exact voices, one of those background voices too. That's the best part.
It's pretty good.
Well, what sort of drinks do you have?
Rum, grog, and rum.
I'll have a.
Oh, and water, but I wouldn't drink the water.
Yes, fish fucking it.
Hi.
I'll have a snifter of rum.
Snifter rum it is. He slams down a giant,
One for me too.
stein
please.
because he clearly doesn't know what a fucking snifter is, and pours a brackish, thick, syrupy rum. We make it
Yes.
ourselves, we do. Slides it across the table. A gold.
Yes, a gold, and I bring out my sack of gold because I have a ludicrous amount of gold. And
His eyes grow wide, but only for half a second, and then he pretends like he doesn't see. Oh yes. He's
And then
he's
pull up-
polishing the bar.
yes, and then give him a gold.
Yes, quite. He bites it, and his eyes light up again when he realizes that it's the genuine article.
I've had stiffer drinks than
Yes.
you for breakfast.
Life's been good since I've come to Charybdis.
Give me a notice roll.
He can steal my entire sack of gold, and then he's gonna fucking burn to death.
Piss off, I'm eating
He is definitely making like fuck me eyes at a guy in the corner. Like,
Oh, did you want to?
What's that, matey?
I noticed that you were really interested in that man over there. I didn't think that.
Oh no, something in me eyes. So
I can give you my clothes.
When I was saying that life had been somewhat better. I rejuvenated myself. I can,
Yeah,
mimic
oh
fire.
yes, rejuvenate, yes. Charybdis, it's a magical quality.
Yes.
Something about
can
the
you-
sea air takes it fresh.
Uh,
It makes a man feel like he's worth more, you know. Like his life has a greater value. You know,
Little
like
back in the
his
fire.
spirit is rich.
Scroot is absolutely gonna let Ambrose get robbed, but he is gonna tail the guy who pickpocketed.
I think, and this is out of character here, that one of the worst people in a magical land you could attempt to rob is
Right.
the guy that can set you on fire.
No,
with his
literally, but I
mind.
mean, they don't know you can set him. You walked into the newly established, super peaceful, we're fresh, not pirates, because we're starting the farm life, right? And you go, ugh, thud, and you slam your sack of coin, meticulously pull out 1 gold, and you go, oh yes, here, everything's been quite good to me, right? Like, I mean, you might as well walked in and been like, hey, you guys ain't seen a lady in a while, how about titties? You know, I mean, it's
They're
the
all
same
sweating,
deal.
pulling their
I know,
collars.
they literally, one of them's eyes are bugging out, he has to roll up his tongue like some old-timey curtains. Yeah, no, you definitely walked into, like, the AA meeting with a pint, right? Like, but, yeah, with that established, we're gonna take our mid-show break. So thank you for sticking with us so far, people. We are halfway through the episode. People are feeling, well, we might go a little late tonight. Who knows? We got a little plot to get through. You know, it's been so many weeks since we were here. I'm feeling good. It's feeling good. Let's keep cracking like it. We will be back. Thank you for sticking with us. Remember, it's been a month since we were on. If you're a sub, hit that resub. You can use Prime to do it for free. If you're here for the first time, man, that follow button is awesome too. We love new followers. Make sure you're a member of the Discord community. You can get down there and talk with us. We play games on off nights. We hang out. It's a good group of vetted individuals that are just there to have a good time. So check that out too, and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching, guys. Assuming my Streamlabs will switch over.
I know Drew stepped away, but I really hope he burns this place down.
Oh yeah, just destroys this whole town.
Yeah.
we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through our intermission. If you'll recall, Ambrose Avon had just plopped down a ludicrous sum of gold on the bar to purchase a single flagon of shitty rum, which has attracted the attention of a couple of individuals, including the barkeep himself, much to the obliviousness of Ambrose Avon.
Now, I rolled a 5, so I knew he was looking at the guy in the corner, but
Right.
that's about it. Yes, my fellow crewmates are here to trade services for that there anchor.
I'm ordering beer.
Mm-hmm.
You're plagued by bears.
No,
Out
there aren't any in the tavern.
The township man is plagued by bears. Keeps you confined to the village.
Oh, yeah. The fields.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't go south to do the farming. Yeah.
No, the farming now. Yeah, you come from the
The farming!
Scandinavian.
farming.
Doing the farming.
It's about time you stop making fun of the pirate accent, eh? It's
Not at
malleable.
You're doing a fine job.
Hey! I forgot for a moment that I was a pirate.
It's the Admiral Pursuit, laying down your arms. I think you've gotten the point of this place.
Skirt.
Turning.
The fellow with the 3 missing limbs and the one eye is using his one eye to go. To ya, like.
Boom, chicka, bow, bow. Oh.
His hook hand.
Barkeep, do you know what's wrong with that man?
Hey, that's Stumpy Pete. So named because of his massive hog.
Oh, you have pigs here.
I've had stiffer drinks than you.
In a
O'Brien
manner
did
of
said he
speaking,
wanted to
I.
something.
I absolutely go talk to a man called Stumpy.
Yeah, no, why would you not talk to a man named Stumpy Pete, right? Like, that's, 100%, you know, the reason that he, yes. But, he looks at you and he goes, you like adventure?
I mean, yeah.
Come here, got a secret for you. Come here, no.
Oh.
No, come here. My name's Stumpy Pete.
Watch where you're going.
Is that the adventure?
No. It's not him. No. No, you know why they call me Stumpy Pete?
Well, the bartender said it was. Well, I don't know. That can't be.
It's him.
He smiles, all 3 of his teeth.
Piss off and eating,
You know.
drinking
Where
alone.
do I know?
No. I know where there's treasure.
Oh.
Treasure?
So more treasure
Song once.
than you could carry
Punch you like
with 10 arms.
Does his inebriation seem real?
Oh no, he is fine. I mean, you could smell him before you even came over. So he's clearly can afford drinks. That much is apparent.
Out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, why are you telling me about your? Wouldn't you want to keep that to yourself?
Cause I need help.
We will go.
Oh. Well, I'm sure I can help you.
Yeah,
Go outside.
I can't get anywhere. I'm way down by my massive hog.
Yeah.
No, since the last time I was there,
I'll be right with
I, lost some limbs.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can help you. What do you need?
you.
Well,
I do
A
anything
ship.
for him.
and a crew, and some
Think you can
arms
beat me,
and
do
legs.
you? Hey? You think you can
I
beat
definitely
me?
know some people who have a ship,
You want? I can
And,
give you my cloak.
and they are a crew. I do not have any
I heard a
arms
song
and legs.
once, it was called Move
He
On.
looks at you, like clearly scanning over your 2 arms and legs. That's
yes,
a
sorry.
liar. You're a liar.
Sorry, no, sorry. I don't have any extra. Like I.
No, I
Beat me, do you?
no, I ain't your arms and
You
legs.
can beat me.
Oh, like you need me to do some. I got you.
Climb and dig and
Yeah. No, I can.
Fine.
I think that I can totally help you out.
now. And if you doubt me, I mean, I doubt me. I doubt me. Oh, let me
No,
show
yeah.
you. Let me
No,
show
you-
you some. Shh. Let me
Well,
show you something. He says, touching your face.
No, sir, no.
Do it. Do it.
Screwed voice. No.
This episode is called Scroop Becomes a Man.
Will freaking set me up. He took my weapons away at the door. I'm unarmed. Oh my gosh.
No, the treasure is down here. You gotta get below the table.
He pops out his other 3 teeth.
No. The treasure was my massive hog the whole time.
You need
No.
a good gumming, kid.
He unscrews his right leg. I can't believe 8 people are watching this right now. He unscrews his right leg and turns it over on the table, and a sack falls out of it with a thud. And he opens it up with his hand and his hook and scatters it on the table, and several small diamonds, by all appearances. There's more of this than you could possibly carry.
Wow. I want to pick one up. And
Mhm.
while I'm picking one up, I want to pick a second one up
Yeah.
that is palmed.
Stealth roll by his opposed notice roll of 4 -2 because he is
We're gonna
drone.
pay that.
Oh, you might not even have to, but because it's an opposed roll, but that's fine.
Well,
Oh, no, you did need to because you tied.
oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, wait, wasn't there 12? Nah, there's 11. It's fine.
But I want to look at the one. Does it look genuine? Does it look?
As far as, I mean, it's a gemstone. Yeah.
Okay. Groot's probably never seen a diamond blessed.
Yeah, it's not like they're making cubic zirconia back then, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a diamond.
Ooh,
Strangely, like a cut diamond. Not that you would know the distinction, you know? It's not like a raw stone. It's been faceted.
Cool. I'll set that one back on the table.
Mhm.
And say, yeah. I mean, I think we can help you. In fact, I'm sure we can. And I'll hold out my hand to promise him that we can help him.
This is
Yeah, give me an agility roll.
guest dinner. This is my
Handle
drink.
that.
I drink. What part?
You
Piss off.
narrowly
Eating
miss
and
getting
drinking
speared
and-
by his hook
Don't you
as he
understand?
reaches out to shake your hand with his hook hand in his drunken. Sorry, this is one of the new ones.
No
Go
worries.
ahead and give yourself 30 gold for the diamond you palmed.
After Swiss,
I'm not
give me a
cashing it,
drink.
keeping it as a diamond.
Right. Alright, well, give yourself a diamond in that case. I give you guys
You just
half the treasure. You give me there, I'll show you where you have half
You think you can
the
beat me?
treasure. Stumpy P takes half.
You think you can beat me?
You guys, shut up! You guys take half.
Wow. I mean, that's very generous. For sure. Yeah. We accept.
Fantastic.
You're an idiot.
Take me to your vessel.
Ambrose's like senses are going off. There's a bad deal being made somewhere.
Immediately.
Ambrose, back to you at the bar. I mean, you have your cup of rum.
Oh no! I went the
Barkeeping.
other way.
It's gone back to like,
Get out
you
of
know,
here. Just another one. Just
polishing.
one more.
Cups, give me a notice roll.
It's him.
Yeah, the dude he was talking to seems to have left at some point. You did not catch when that transpired.
Well, I've finished all the rum I could stand.
Oh yeah, which was about half a sip of that flagon, but not good rum. Still 80% sugar, you know.
Ah. Well, at least I could probably drink the entire thing without getting drunk then.
It's
That's
true.
how much sugar.
It's true. No,
Just
I mean,
garbage rum.
it's their first couple of batches. They'll get the stills going, you know. Brand new town here.
I'll leave it to the side and young Master Screw to go back to the ship then.
Yeah, Sir Ambrose, this is my new friend. His name is Stumpy Pete.
Oh, boy, don't gather old men like this.
Ah, you. Haven't Smith.
No, hey, Ambrose, it's okay. It's okay. He knows where there's some treasure. Trust me, I've seen it. I'll show you when I get back.
I showed him my treasure.
Yes, and we have to do what with this treasure?
I mean,
Well,
get
no.
it?
We're gonna go find it, and then we'll have it. We can
We'll
spend
have it. It's his treasure, boy, and we'll have it.
50-50.
Do you see this guy? He's basically like a human slug. I mean, we'll do
I
the work.
beg your pardon. Did
Hey!
you just say that you would get half, and then the rest of us would split half?
Yeah, because I'm an navigator. I show you where it's my treasure now. But I say it could be our treasure.
If it's yours, then by all means, go get it. Go fetch your treasure.
Maybe I
Ambrose,
will.
Ambrose, calm down.
Maybe I will.
I have a plan. Don't worry. Let's go.
Before we go, this half to you and then the rest. Do you know how many of us there are?
Do you know how
Any
much
idea?
treasure in there? It really doesn't matter.
I
Are
beg to
there
differ.
50 of you?
There could be. You wouldn't
Well,
know.
in that case, there might be too many of you.
Oh.
Yes. Then your share might, to be fairer, be a bit smaller. Yes? That would be fair, yes?
I would need a raise on a persuasion roll.
Alright. That sounds like it's possible.
I can give you my cloak.
Oh man.
You can literally go fuck yourself. Alright, you know what? Yeah, no, that's a good point, though. You get exactly a raise on your persuasion roll because, I mean... Hey, Google. Yeah, remind me to go fuck myself. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So,
Where you going?
yeah, no. God damn it. Really? Yeah. Alright, no, that's a good point. So, alright. You guys can have 75%.
Oh, that sounds much
And I'll
fair.
take a 25, but it's still more than I could spend in 10 lifetimes.
Leave it to your children.
What's
Yes.
the...
Then we will fetch you to the ship.
Yeah, into the vessel.
And then as you're walking out, I glance down at Scrooge knowingly.
Give me a
As soon as we're outside, I'm gonna try to be out of earshot. But I'm gonna tell Ambrose, listen, we don't need Stumpy Pete. Once we find the treasure,
We do no longer act with dishonor, Master Scrooge. That is a thing you need to learn in this world, this new world. This is where we make up for the mistakes we made. This is where we change.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I'll take care of it.
We made an honorable deal with that man, and if it proves to be fancy and myths, then yes, we'll deal with him as is necessary. But treasure is treasure. We need gold for a new ship. If you think we are sailing more than a month longer on that rickety thing, you have a lot to learn in this world.
I know. That's why I'm thinking 100% for us, 0% Stumpy.
Our honor is worth its weight in gold.
Well, you need to figure out your priorities, Ambrose.
I have, young Scroot, I have figured out my priorities.
So, screw it. Tell me, when you're firing a cannon, right, do you like a little 2-pound shotgun? Or do you like the 22-pounder, 6 foot long?
We're going along now to the boat. We'll discuss cannons then. You can sleep it off.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna try and make it back to the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
I'm gonna wake up the captain if he's asleep already.
Brian, you were in the tavern, were you not?
Brian wasn't. No.
What was Brian doing? Did you stay on the ship?
I was going to. Yeah, I was gonna collect my things and go back to the ship. That's what I was trying to do earlier, but I guess I didn't
He
need
needs his
my
hunting
things, or I didn't need to go back to the ship. I don't know.
Well, at any rate, the skiff has taken everybody back to the vessel then for the evening. I'm assuming y'all just gonna bed down on deck. You're gonna make some introductions between Stumpy Pete and.
yes. Like,
Yeah.
Captain, a word.
Yes, Master Ambrose, what is it?
I bet you I got the biggest hog on this ship.
Yes, if you would.
Nah, he
just-
spies the Massaquani twins and goes, never mind.
There's a barrel of rum over there.
Say a
Mr. Pete.
barrel?
A barrel. 500 of the king's pounds of rum.
Well, screw it. Why don't you show me the barrel while we talk about cannons?
That there, man, is a rather drenched in alcohol former pirate who speaks tale of treasure and of his desire to reacquire it. And we have negotiated a share of 75% for the crew, 25% for him to reacquire it. And if we allow him to dry out enough to lead us to this, it should be beneficial. Would you say not?
Did he say where it is?
Captain, he
he didn't tell me where it was, but he said that he knows where it is. He
Then
just
that
can't
would be
get there.
no, he did not tell us where yon treasure is.
Nobody
But-
even fucking asked before they agreed.
Because he's drunk, you know? He's a character that we're gonna have around, and if he's, full of shit, we toss him overboard and see if he can swim with wooden
He's
legs.
definitely going to sober up after being directed to the barrel of rum. So that'll be good.
We're gonna keep him busy until we kill these bears.
Right,
Or sorry,
yeah. Mhm.
solve
He's
the
gonna be
problem
dead.
with bears.
Mhm.
If we can just have him
Alcohol.
observed by the Massaquani here, keep him out of trouble.
Captain Porter will consider this for a while. His initial reaction is to just say no right off the bat.
Right.
However,
I'm gonna pull out the diamond. Captain, this is.
where did you get that?
Listen. He showed me some of the treasure. It's inside his wooden leg. Okay, this was something I found and I'm sorry, Captain. I could not help myself. I've never seen anything like.
And he had 24 of them in that one satchel.
Yeah. He said that was just a small portion of what we would find in the hole. Can you imagine? We need a bigger ship. This could help that problem.
The boy makes a good point.
And I bet I
You are
can't
correct.
either.
We need funds, without which we cannot obtain a better ship to sail. As much as I hate to follow ghost stories and treasured maps, I think that this is could be a good option. However, Scroot, you will return that time.
Early in the morning.
Just wait for him to pass out, take off his leg, and put it back.
Yes, sir.
And tomorrow we
brand
deal
new
with these
sentences.
bears, get our anchor, and then sail for this man's treasure. Stumpy
Agreed.
Pete is
Stumpy
yon
Pete.
pirate's name.
Is everybody gonna be sleeping
gonna
it off? It doesn't take
bed
Stumpy
down.
Pete long to pass out. The gentle rocking of the boat puts him at ease. He hasn't been on land long, and knocked him out there.
And the relatively good rum of our ship.
Oh yeah, much higher quality in this stuff. I mean, he's been pounding sugar rum all day. He's got the beaties bad at this point. Maybe it's how he lost
No
his
doubt.
legs. Who knows? You know?
That's the real issue here.
No doubt for
If
sure.
it wasn't like combat, he's just got diabetes.
Mhm. pirate beaties, you know.
Yeah.
But AM, everybody, are you going to attempt to unscrew his leg, remove the satchel, and put the diamond back?
No. But I am going to, if the captain asks, I am going to tell him it's taken care of.
Captain ordered.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me a persuasion roll, opposed by Captain Porter's smarts roll.
I like this already.
Is he asking? Oh no.
Yeah, he's trying to deceive
So
the captain.
for this one, he's gonna roll first, right?
Yeah. Oof. Not very persuasive, Master Scroot.
Hey,
You get a Benny?
Hey, Will you look at my adventure card and see if that can apply to this
Yeah,
situation?
give
please?
me a second.
I'm not gonna Benny it, so go for it.
And your turn. No, it's an attack, I'm afraid. So,
Okay.
these are notice rolls.
What if it's a social attack?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you guys were in social conflict, then definitely. So, yes, if this escalates, then yeah, that would work. But yeah, no, yeah, I did. You know, that's, yeah, you know, Tristan his foot, he rolled a 3, you know.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That's
Yeah,
A little coy.
yeah, just
Monster
not,
Scroot.
not quite solid
Put
with
it back.
Too much inflection.
I would like to use an intimidation roll on Screw.
Oh, intimidation opposed by Scroot's spirit roll. Intimidation first, good sir.
Is this an attack?
No, this is still...
Come on.
You may have peed yourself a little bit.
Yeah, that was a brilliant intimidation. I mean, the full authority of the British Navy in his voice.
Not even close.
All of a
Captain
sudden,
Porter
you are a
will-
14-year-old kid.
Captain Porter will grab Scroot by his collar and bring him in real close and just whisper like the most evil whisper of his life and say, Master Scroot, if that man's diamond is not back in his leg in 10 minutes, you will be hanging by your thumbs from the mast. Do you understand?
I like that your most evil whisper ever is just your voice slightly angry. Like,
No, it's
sir,
whispered, though.
I say. Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's a stage whisper.
A little
Yeah.
miffed.
Scroot, I mean, so at this point, you could engage in a social, I mean, you could escalate it to social conflict at this point. Or you could just take your captain's order, and, you know, it's up to you, though.
Yeah, no, I'll put it back.
Excellent. So I will need a stealth roll at a +2 to unscrew his leg while he is passed out drunk.
+2.
You handily unscrew his wooden leg. The satchel falls out, along with 3 other satchels.
I put the diamond back in pocket of satchel.
What the I'm assuming, Captain Porter, are you watching this at this point? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah,
All
this
right.
is observed.
So this is a stealth
wait,
roll that will be
wait.
opposed by a notice roll, then. Oh, but it's a visual notice roll. Oh! One-eyed Jonas.
Oh, man, what?
Ooh.
This
You're
thing's
nervous.
bad.
That's what's going on there.
He's using a penny.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. mhm. Yeah, by all appearances.
I'm not gonna Benny.
All appearances, he has put the diamond back. I'm sure that, you know, when Stumpy Pete wakes up tomorrow sober and goes to unscrew his leg and is like, nah, there were 3 satchels, and you know, this won't be an issue. But yeah, no, you managed to pocket one of the satchels.
Stumpy Pete ain't waking
Well,
up.
Master Scroot, I hope we've learned an important lesson from this.
Yes, Cap.
Yes, we have.
You can't see shit.
Oh, yeah, if I do anything just on this side of your face. Yes, yes, Captain! You know? Salute with the one hand, flip the bird with the other. Oh, yes, excellent. Salute. Yes. But, yeah, with that established, I imagine we're going to bed. Or are you going to open the satchel?
I mean, I'll check it out if I'm alone.
Yeah, about 300 gold worth of emeralds in it.
Thanks, Captain, for upgrading my treasure.
Anytime.
But with that established, it is in the AM then, and we are ready to set out across the island, I imagine. We're gonna get our weapons back from customs and set off south. Is that what's the plan? Waking up first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I think that's what we generally agreed on. Unless anybody is not cool.
I'm
ready.
I'm born ready.
Let's go.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
Where is this? We should. Do we know what direction?
Oh,
this,
you just go south. This thing's only a mile and a half across the whole island. You just head south. It's the only cave on the island.
Master Chef, have you made bear before?
Yes.
In the kitchen, I mean.
Yes. Bear, bacon, bear, snout, bear.
Same thing.
Beef. All sorts of bear. It's
Bear
tough, but it's
snout.
good.
Bears, beets.
Are you guys going back to the customs to procure your weapons?
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
absolutely.
Yes, the fella's standing outside with his spear.
Does he seem a little miffed?
No, he seems totally... I mean, for all you know, he's been standing out there all night. He might not even gone inside and changed roles yet, you know?
You moved to shit. He's like, oh, there it is over there.
I'm
Right?
definitely gonna-
That's weird. I thought I had the badge on this side of the desk, but it's on that side of the desk. Okay. You know, yeah. Wicked prank
I'm so
you running.
confused.
You've been punked, you know? Like,
Stuff was rearranged slightly.
slightly askew. Yeah, no,
I mean,
but he's standing
this-
out there
this
with his
guy's-
spear.
He is
This
a
guy's
kid.
whole life. You can't tell me he's not.
Yeah.
like that.
Right, no, he's been out there all night. He hasn't had to change roles yet, so we'll have to see.
Oh yeah, I definitely. We're going to get our stuff.
It's
so-
like nobody
The
nobody
battle.
came to the customs office, so he's been the town's guard. You know.
Nice. Hello, sir.
How can I help you?
I pull out my ticket. I'd like to retrieve my gear. We're off on a mission out of town.
I'll be back. He goes inside, gets the badge. It takes him a moment longer than it normally does, though, and he does seem a little flustered.
Everything
But
okay?
he says, yeah, number, please.
I am number 2.
Ticket, please.
Right here.
002. Very good.
I have
You're
in mind.
Brian Bob O'Brien.
No, I'm Brian.
Are you sure? Because it says here that you're Brian Bob O'Brien.
Well, yes, I'm Brian Bob O'Brien, but I'm wondering if you're asking the child if his.
Well, I mean, he's number 2, and it clearly says in the ledger that Brian Bob O'Brien is number 2. I can't, I mean, this discrepancy.
I was certainly the third one to give you my gear yesterday, but I understand how that could be,
What's your
It's
number,
construed.
sir?
003. Here it is.
003. Yes, you're screwed.
Sure, yep.
Mhm.
Excellent.
who
He
we are.
hands you Scroot's gear. He hands Scroot's Brian's gear. Your number, sir, chef.
001.
No, excellent. Hand you your cleaver, no problem.
Excellent.
Now the real question is: does Scroot and Brian keep the wrong gear?
Whoa!
When I give it to him, I turn my ticket upside down. So
Oh,
it looks
no.
like 100.
100. His head explodes. It's just a fine red mist all over
Man,
the customs office.
I nudge Shroot like, yeah, that's how you do it, kid.
No, yeah. Gear, aside from the Freaky Friday sitch we got going on here now, gear established and allotted. Yeah, it's like a 45-minute hike to the cave.
All right.
The most hiking I've done in my entire life in the last 1 month.
Right? But, oh man, it's so peaceful here on the inside of the island. Not a bear in sight. You guys trudge along thinking happy thoughts, and wow, with the sun beaming down in the early morning light and the fog kind of rolling over the fields filled with flowers, it seems like the kind of moment when somebody could take a little bit of a dramatic interlude, you know? Talk amongst themselves about themselves should they decide they wanted another Benny for anything that may or may not be occurring in the near future.
Let's fight about what year it is.
No, I was going to be looking at the flowers to see if any of them mimicked ones that I knew that I could use.
That is an excellent question, and no, you do not recognize a single one of these specimens.
I
None
still
that seem analogous, like, whether it's just
Nope.
a, continental difference or whatever, but yeah.
Well, I will be using the time to gather samples of different flowers.
Yeah, why don't you give me a D6?
Wow. I gather one.
One really stands out amongst the others there. Bright pink. Has a bulb like the poppy, but different color. And thorns, which is, not something one would ascribe.
Interesting. We will dry you out later.
I
Give it to Master Kwani.
I pull up next to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Captain.
Sidling up next to the captain.
Yeah.
Yes, Master Chef.
What's the end game? We trying to make it home? To me, the sea is the sea. It's all the same to me. But I know, I don't know. You might miss home.
Yes, I do. Master Chef, I do. It's not so much home as in, the solid ground beneath my feet, but it's just the sailing under the flag, the camaraderie, the knowing that what you're doing is the right thing. It's quite different here, and I feel uncomfortable. I must be honest. I feel uncomfortable many times. I have almost no authority. I appreciate you and the rest of the crew for following my orders, but in reality, were you to mutiny, I have no way to stop that. Of course, don't share that information with the rest of the crew. I'd appreciate it. But, Master Chef, I don't know. I would love to return home. I don't know how. I don't know if it's even possible.
Do you think Sir Crab, what he was telling us about the ocean, expanding, rising, think it has anything to do with us being here? I mean, maybe if we figure that out, maybe we can get home.
The thought had occurred to me, yes. And I must say, I've given it some thought over the last few hours of the morning, and I believe that our next step might be to look for that so-called Archmage. If she might know more about the situation that is unfolding, and if we are indeed the only ones who know about it, if our friend Scorillian is to be believed, then perhaps that is the right move for us, to warn others so that there is not an increase to the flood which has overtaken this world. And perhaps if we can get in the good graces of such an Archmage, she might be the one to ask about returning home.
Well, Captain, I have your back. I do consider you a friend. I would never shoot you. I mean, I would never hurt you on purpose like some other friends may. Just to let you know, I've always got your back.
Wow.
No matter how
Thank
crazy
you,
the
Master Chef.
combat gets, you'll never have to worry about catching an arrow center mass from Chef.
Right. You'll never have to worry about me accidentally murdering you in cold blood.
Right. and then just burying you in a swamp somewhere and
Right.
leaving you.
Mm,
Go get
That would never
shit-faced.
happen.
Yeah, never happened. No.
Nope.
No, long
What
time
kind of
viewers
a
of
monster?
Tuesday. Welcome. Welcome.
Kind
And
of
then
sick
suffer through
person.
that person say again and again that they regret that dick don't work.
Dick did not work for the longest time. But I mean, these are dreams and fantasies of a faraway realm.
Let me tell you about a dream I once had.
Right. So I was in this place, New Orleans, Orleans Nouveau. And yeah, so Brian O'Brien and Scroot, you guys are kind of paired off on the walk here for once. Have an opportunity to do a little, whatever for a Benny. We're loosening up the dramatic interludes.
Can I see your hog?
That was Stumpy Pete's hog. And,
This is a nice axe, Brian.
Yeah, I'm loving this bow.
You wanna?
This is actually quite nice. Are these flint? Did you nap these yourself?
Yeah, it's something I've been working on for a while.
It's quite a craft you got there.
What about the lady he carved into the bow there? If you'll
Oh, yeah.
recall.
Yeah, flip it over. You'll see on the other side. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I know.
Wow.
The,
What's her name?
I say her name because I can't remember.
oh, you can't remember her name? That's great.
David
Lost your
can't
V
remember.
card to a
David
gal
remember.
4 days ago
remembers.
or whatever in game time. And you're like, Lucy, right?
Yeah.
Lucky Lucy? Yeah, it's Lucky Lucy. But, at any rate, the thing you notice most about the engraving is just the really dramatically oversized breasts. They're cartoonish, like, it's ridiculous. Even for the, the scrimshaw style of the time, it's like, come on, bro.
It's anime.
Right, it's anime. They're anime titties on the bow. He's a progenitor of the style.
Love it. Yeah.
Weird thing is, though, for some reason she has an octopus lower half. We didn't mention that.
Oh. No, not that. No.
She has an octopus swa. But, no. Just a lady carved in there, yeah.
Nice. This is some quite nice work.
Yeah, I could do your axe handle if you want.
You want some titties on your axe?
Maybe on the next one. On the next one.
Skirt just settles down and starts a big anime titty scrimshaw business. This is me life now.
Yeah.
No, I mean I don't have to do just like a woman. I can carve whatever. I'm getting pretty good at it.
Massive hog, for instance.
You're like into like wind powers, right? I could like carve, like wind blowing on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, some wind gusts.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That sounds
wind
actually
motif.
sounds excellent.
Yeah. Boom, I'm in.
Are you going to, during your next downtime, carve some wind gusts into the handle of his axe?
Exactly that and nothing else.
I just can't wait to see what those rolls look like. But yes, moving on. Is that all the expositionary dialogue you guys are going to manage?
I mean,
Well, Scroot, come over here. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, the one time I had 2 captains, but they weren't my captains; they were my parents.
Whoa.
And I had to kill them.
Where is this going?
They killed each other. They killed each other, and that's why I'll never ever have 2 co-captain parents ever.
Stumpy Pete comes hobbling up rapidly. You forgot me. No, all right, we're moving on. All right.
Oh God, I know it took a turn for the worse.
Oh, Stumpy, yes.
You guys come across a little sign in the path that was crudely painted and seems to be from a ship paint. It says Windsong Caverns and has an arrow pointing up the hill to the only roughly shaped cavern.
Oh, this must be a tourist spot.
It's about to be. Wait until they turn this bitch into a national park,
Well, it's a good day. Does anyone know how many bears are supposed to be in there?
I don't remember her saying a number. We probably should have asked, huh?
It does seem like the kind of thing that traditionally would be inquired. Oh, you want me to kill some things? How many of them are there? You know, that's
Thought about it. Didn't
I don't
care.
know.
it's on the
Every-
list somewhere in the list of questions. You know,
I thought about it.
I'm
I
not
did-
sure why the captain and the old man let a 15-year-old boy go and make these decisions at all. Really.
I'm a firm belief that we
Fair.
can talk our way out of this one.
I
Let's go
also
talk to the bears.
hey bears, roar!
I speak bear.
I mean, looking like Chef does, likely. You know,
It's true.
you just get some straps going on with them little biker caps. He finishes.
We could, I suppose, pile of nonsense in front of the cave and just merely trap the bears in there and call it solved.
I could scout it out. We could see what we're dealing with.
That sounds good. Go, kid.
Yes. And
If you hear
see in the
screams
dark.
of death coming from the inside, I guess we'll know Screw got eaten.
Just never see Screwed again. Just.
I mean, we've said this before. It could happen.
Do you have a torch, boy?
I mean, I'm not gonna take a torch into a cave full of bears.
Can you see in the dark, boy?
I mean, after a few minutes, yeah.
Close your eyes.
Close one eye, right? And then you have
Now-
one good dark eye.
What's
Yeah, I know.
written on the underside of the eyelid of the closed eye?
I don't know about you, but I don't have.
That's
words
a
written.
cave. That's how dark it is.
I mean, yeah. There's probably some light going into the cave. I mean,
Right, just send a fireball down there. Come on. Just
Well, it doesn't
gotta-
stay lighted.
no. I'm saying to
Goes
draw
in-
them out. I'm sure they'll get
What,
startled.
the 30 or 40 bears?
30 or 40 wild feral hogs. Just.
I mean, I can scout it out, or we could just, I don't think they're going to be happy if we just say we covered up the entrance to the cave and we come back. I don't think we're going to be getting an anchor.
Master Ambrose, let's not be ridiculous. We all know that bears are rather solitary creatures, right?
Back in our world, yes. What are these like bees? They're just smaller and more
Bear bees
numerous.
would be the most terrifying thing I could think of. Thank you for that image.
Or what
Mike.
if they're like bugbears, right?
Yeah,
Right,
they're
you're
ma-
wandering into like a goblin den.
Oh god.
And like young Scrooge, just a healer and goblin slayer.
La 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 la. Just.
Well,
Sure, must.
Captain, what would you have us do?
Are they Smurfs?
I think that if indeed there are more bears in there than we can handle, it makes sense to send only one person. Scroot, I don't mean that you are sacrificial. I just mean that you can sneak around easier as one person than we can as a whole entire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
If
agree.
there's enough bears in there that they'll kill all of us, just send the kid.
And Scroot loves it. Every
Yeah,
every
of course,
word.
yeah. No, 100%. Scroot, are you going to trot your way up the hill then towards the cave?
I mean, like, not charge. That's the wrong.
No,
that's the wrong verb.
trot, you know.
Well, that's
Uh,
also the wrong verb. I'm gonna sneak from this moment
Skip,
forward.
sneak.
Yeah.
Snook did?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Yeah, it is clear where the cave gets its name from as you come upon the entrance. There are several holes that seem to have eroded their way through the primary entrance to the cave, forming a sort of giant-ass ocarina, if you will. As the wind picks up in gusts, it blows through. Causes these musical notes that aren't at all disconcerting.
So if there's holes, then there's like little beams of light as well.
Yes!
Screw the old man. I'm going in.
Excellent.
Does it look super deep, from what I can see so far?
It looks super. So, do me a favor. Close your eyes.
Okay.
What does that look like?
Leaves.
Looks like a cave that doesn't have holes in it.
Right. Now, there are a couple of caves. It does not appear that deep, but the back of the cave is certainly dark.
Gotcha.
Looks like it might just be one chamber. If there are a couple of chambers, it's outside of where you can kind of peer into the darkness.
Sure. So if I had to guess how many bears would fit in the current room that I'm in, how many bears would I guess could fit in that?
I don't know. How many bears would you guess could fit in that?
Like 3.
That's a guess.
All right.
I feel like there's a high school math problem in here somewhere.
Right? No shit.
The bus driver's name is Calvin.
If 12 bears are headed towards a prepubescent boy at 30 miles an hour, and
Yeah,
What color was the chair?
I'm gonna go as far in as I can until I can't see anything. If I can't see anything, that's when I'm gonna.
give me a notice roll. It is clear as you move just 10 feet in that in addition to the sound of the wind whistling, there are several deep rumbling breathing noises.
Okay. All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna walk towards one of the several deep rumbling. What would be the closest.
Like a phone a friend?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Did you already roll a new character?
You can't.
Oh,
you can't help
Holy
look
cow.
at
Wow.
look at Screw.
You rolled a 17 and the bear rolled a 1. Congratulations. Yeah, no, they are passed out in there. They are pretty much bears, except for they are blue, about 8 feet tall, several hundred pounds each one. There are several corpses in there. You can see the humans in comparison, each one of them snoring loudly, currently.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back out and relay the info.
Yep. There's some bears in there. They big.
Yeah, Captain, there's bears in that cave.
Yes, Master Scroot. That's why we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's they're pretty big. I mean, I've never actually seen a bear in person before. They're
Wow.
They're massive.
They're blue.
Yeah, they're blue. I didn't know they were blue because I've never seen a color photo of a bear before.
I've never seen anything but scrimshaw of a bear. I'm really on
They were-
scrimshaw tonight. I don't know
they
why.
were blue?
I'd say there's probably like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I don't know. I think if they all came charging out of that cave, it might be pretty nasty.
Yeah, that would be undesirable. Well, bears don't like fire, right? They're covered in fur. Master Ambrose, this could be your time.
It likely.
Though we ruined those pelts, that could be money.
Also, it would definitely
that
be
is
hard
true.
to get your provisions out if you, turn them into skeletonized carbon.
Oh, the fire would burn out once it got to the moistness.
Right, the bear's fat. That's how fire works. They wouldn't wick up. Moving
Master
on.
Ship.
Well, the bears are pretty spread out. I don't know that just sending a fireball in would do the trick. We may have to come up with some kind of plan to get them all in the same place. If you want to do that.
Shall I go talk to them, Captain?
Master Chef, I don't think that's a good idea.
With his fucking persuasion rolls, it would work, though. That's the thing that pisses me off about it. He'd saunter up there, and they'd be like, no, we get it. We'll stop eating the pirates. We're actually omnivores, so we'll just switch to vegetables. No biggie. Yeah.
Well,
What's the call, Captain?
I'll be honest, I've never fought a bear before. Do you suppose they're more dangerous than that giant lizard that we fought on Torath?
Well, there are
I'd
5
say-
times as many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's about the same, but that's amazing.
Ah, man, I am both simultaneously glad and upset that I cannot share that with the audience.
I mean,
You see,
I'd
Joe,
say-
when a mommy loves a daddy,
Well,
very
why
much.
can't you share that? Why can't you share that? There's nothing wrong with
Because
that.
I literally,
At all.
I can't, I have no
That
way
is
to
wholesome.
share.
It's a person and a few friends.
Right, no, I mean, it's not that I can't share it because of the concept. No, there's nothing wrong with the young girl learning. It's like Black History Month. It's fine.
There,
You
that's
know?
it.
She's learning about the Muslim Brotherhood, or, you know.
She's about to be full of history.
Well, alright, moving on. Without the context, audience, I literally... No, what happened was that Master Ambrose created a meme featuring a spry young lady whose name I totally don't know, by the way. Never seen this gal before in my life.
Taylor Swift.
With the label Scroot, and 5, large African-American gentlemen, I'm assuming they're American gentlemen, surrounding her, labeled Bear 1, Bear 2, Bear 3, Bear 4, and Bear 5. So now you have the subtext of the and demonetized, boom. But, definitely
was
don't
just-
know that lady's name, though, so.
I applaud the speed of that meme, and
I know, that was fast, bro. Like, you turned that shit around real quick.
Hold him here, crying like I just figured he's.
I won't ask why he has such quick access to that particular picture.
Right.
Hey,
Don't ask, don't tell.
There's the bears.
Yeah, there's bears in this cave. We need a plan. Big blue bears.
Well, so looking at the entrance there, does it look big enough? I mean, just eyeballing it for multiple bears to come out. That was not intended to come out that way.
I gotta get this meme off screen then. Because, all right. It's. Yes, that is a good idea, Rogers. But there are bears. The entrance looks big enough that 2 of the bears could stand side by side and march out. It'd be a double penetration. All right. This is falling apart. Let's.
All right.
Woo! Okay.
Captain Porter's plan that he will suggest to everybody is that if we could lure the bears out of the cave, then we could outnumber them on.
Like a flank sitch, yeah.
Yeah, like use the cave entrance as a what do they call it? A deadly funnel.
A trap.
Pillbox.
Yeah, kill
Should we-
box.
Kill box.
Kill box. Yeah.
Should we like set up like sharp sticks or dig a hole or something or?
Do we bring a shovel?
We have an axe.
That's true.
That's not a shovel.
You can hack up the ground, certainly.
I'm not gonna use my axe to hack up the ground.
Oh, I meant to make it to make sharp
wind
stick.
etching. So, guys,
Yes. Watch.
fatal
The bear.
funnel.
we
The
could throw
kill
some
box.
meat in, make a little meat trail, roast beef or something.
Is there
Yeah.
a tree nearby? Then if we use that axe on a proper target.
Not a ton of trees on this whole or any island, in fact, with the exception of the place they procure the lumber. A sporadic tree every now and then, certainly, but not like forest standing. No. Forest cause where the lumber comes from.
Yes. Rummage through my satchel now.
Scroot, did you bring that spear that we got from the bottom of that mine?
No. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't.
You literally did
That's
not
fair.
bring your magical weapon.
No, I have no ability to use it.
That's great. Love it.
I don't. I left it in the bilge of the ship.
Right. Okay. Well.
It's just a
I
45-minute
don't know.
hike back.
Just run back real quick. We'll wait.
He's young. He can do it.
There's no body parts lying around anywhere.
I mean, there are some skeletonized remains for sure, but they're all inside the cave. If the bears wake up, it's likely they'll be hungry.
Open their bone.
Could we just shout at them and wake them up?
Hey, bears, get out here, eh? I say.
Let's put.
I'll roll intimidation.
You could definitely shout and wake up the bears. They would definitely come out and be like, "Oh, look, dinner." Yes, that would easily proc this combat encounter.
Let's do it. Chef, get out in front.
Now.
That being said, it could be possible that your omniscient GM only designed a map with the interior of the cave, as opposed to the cave and cave entrance. So.
Oh, because he thought we would definitely go in.
Right.
Because we've never shown any hesitancy entering dark areas.
No, I mean, I can definitely. I mean, we could teleport you guys to like an alley if you like. I've got a couple of alleys
Yes,
on, like you
I
can
love
fight the
that.
bears in.
That's
you know?
I love. Yeah, that place
work.
is great.
Yeah, bear alley.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
there seems to be plenty of squares just outside the mouth of the cave.
There's a couple. Yeah.
Does it seem like it would be possible for me to go and kill them while they sleep? I mean, I don't know a lot about bears. Is that
You could certainly wander in there and attempt to kill shot attack one silently. You know, you wouldn't get a coup de grace on it, but you would get a bonus to damage.
and then they all wake up? Probably.
Yeah, and I mean, then you, assuming you killed the first one, the other four would definitely be like, Gary? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're reinforcing the notion that we need to fight them outside.
Yep.
Like,
I think
Yeah.
that's probably our best bet.
Let's
draw them up this hillside here, yes.
let's set up an ambush.
Yeah, give me a second to get your ambush. Alright, we're fighting bears outside.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Are you guys just gonna shout then? You're gonna be like, hey, you bears. Piss off, bears. Is that the
Peace off, bears.
idea? Fuck you, bears. We don't like you. Where the fuck is the fifth? Oh, that is 5. No. Alright, excellent. Alright, so impromptu map, I'm afraid, because, you know, we're slapping this together, and, you know, we made this perfectly good brand new map that we didn't spend any time on at all. We're gonna use this old rat map. But, yeah, shouting at the bears, hey, you bears! Is that the idea?
Dinner served. Come and get it.
Yeah, position yourselves as that you would like in the, you know, before somebody says bear, you know. Poor Stumpy Pete goes, get my sons of bitches. No, he's on the boat. That's...
Yeah. Well, before we start combat, I want to roll deflection on the captain, Brian, and the captain, myself, Scroot, and
But you get 3, right?
Oh, yeah, I call you 3.
And
Screw's probably going to be in the back.
Captain Porter, using your sword.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Yeah,
Captain,
yes,
Chef, and
I don't
myself
have any
back
other
in the
weapon on
room.
foot.
All right, little
Captain
metagame
Porter and
here.
yourself.
You're
This
welcome
Ryan,
to
and
the
then who's the
sphere.
third? And give me the
So-
spellcasting. Excellent. Yeah.
I'm gonna sigil
Well, the three are
this
myself,
Captain's sword.
Porter, and
No, I'm not.
you.
It's just it's
Is that
And
three?
who?
Chef? Is that
Oh,
not
okay.
three?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I was going to give him fucking flaming.
Excellent. Okay, those three. And what are you doing, Ambrose?
I'm gonna Benny that. I'm trying to give him Captain's sword, the old flaming sigil.
Right. Jolly good
Oh,
show.
nice.
Okay, so
Trait roll was a natural 1 on the first spell casting roll, which is going
why
to proc
Benny
a. Oh yeah, never mind. Flaming sigil, yes. Poof. Captain Porter gets the sword. Sword erupts into flame. We agreed blue flame, I believe, was it?
blue flaming sigil on the sword. Yes,
Yeah.
but a flame does not burn the wielder.
No, well, of course, that would be dumb, wouldn't it? Your sword just starts to, like, melt, you know? Some bitch! Alright, and it was just a normal success, no raise, so poof. Alright, spells are proc. Hey, you bears! Right there. They come bear rolling out the cave. For some reason, we also designed sound sets that assumed there would be a fight happening in a cave, so, you know, the echoing cave bear noises that you hear, just assume that the forest is very dense. Even though I
On
just
this
said there's no
treeless-
forest. Yeah, alright, you know. This is a map from Toreth Claw, clearly. It's labeled Jungle Encounter. For the love of Christ, I can only do so much. I make all these maps, by the way, audience, so, you know. A little bit of thank you. Excellent. But moving on.
Is there something on the map that can represent like the cave entrance?
Yes, the invisible space behind them. Anything off map behind them in the trail is cave entrance.
Oh, well then I was shooting an arrow as soon as I saw one in the cave entrance. Sorry, I thought I said that.
Oh, I did not catch that. Yeah, why don't you go ahead
I
and...
think that was everyone's plan to fight them as they were coming out single file.
Oh, well, I was just, I was lying. They're all erupting from the cave. I guess I said they could come 2 by 2, but,
Okay.
yeah, no, they've positioned. They were snapping. They managed to get the tactical. It's an RPG fight is what we're doing here because we have 19 minutes left, and God, we know how these go. So, we are just going to roll initiative. Toot, toot. Oh my God, Brian O'Brien gets the Joker. Everybody gets another penny. Yay! Ran out of cards mid-deal, so we reshuffled the deck. That's fine. Brian O'Brien,
Oi.
you're up first, bud. And you got the Joker, so you can hold until the middle of somebody's action or do whatever you like.
Oh no, I'm going bolty bolts for this homie.
Hitting bear number 5 with a raise, the wind coalescing into a solid object that shakes Master Bear. He goes, damn, I don't like being hit with wind, but you know what? I'm gonna learn to live with it.
He's a polite bear.
Right. Moving on, we have Captain Porter.
All right. Are they? Let's see.
Just gonna put that there for a while.
I don't want to like jump in farther than Chef is. I want
Right.
us to be like side by side. So I think what I will do then is go. I'll go on hold until they come to me.
Okay, that makes sense. Excellent. Chef, you're up. I don't think Captain Porter
Chef.
communicated that idea to you, but
Chef.
feel free to charge wherever.
Chef comes and stands in front of Captain.
Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and abandon the. Just walk
The pet?
right away from the guy with all the fire in his hands.
Screw it. Where's my
Alright.
badass fight music? What is going on?
Screw is going to shoot.
See, this is why I should read chat. That's an amazing idea, Brandon.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a great
Should've
idea.
done that.
It would have been a great idea. Nobody sees
I
it
didn't-
on it, and I'm not gonna feed it to you guys. So
Wait,
I didn't
Chef
wanna-
has an idea.
I didn't want to meta game it, so I didn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot Cave Bear. Is that Cave Bear 1, I guess?
I mean, you'd have to. Yes, there's Cave Bear with no number. Cave Bear, yes.
Oh.
Oh my God, critically missing. Hey, bud, I'm gonna need you to roll a d4 for me.
Whatever my number is, don't roll it out.
It's gonna take you 2 rounds to restring your bow from the bowstring having snapped. Cave Bear is like, well, that's pitiable. Alright, pace 8. Oh my lord.
Good
About to
night.
get fucked up.
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes, I am.
Bear sidles up to you.
I'm not going to be mad at you at all for this.
And whap. And what? Oh, you nearly parried it with your wonderful parry of the barnacle dagger. But no, you get popped with a bear claw. And it swats you to the side for shaken 3 damage.
That was super lucky.
Yeah. Well, it was
Yeah.
3 plus it's a base plus 4, so 7, so shaken. Yeah, no, it was very lucky. He's not Captain Melee.
Nope.
Chef.
I'm not Chef or Captain Melee.
Yikes. And when the bear rolls a 1, you know, it doesn't really matter if you're Captain Melee, right? Didn't even beat the you didn't even have to dodge that. The wind just batted it. Yeah. You sat there completely impassively with that night, with those dice, like. Okay, Bear 3 is not gonna let that happen now. He's like, yeah, yeah.
Can I
at any
interrupt the
point.
next Cave Bear's action?
Yeah, you can interrupt this one at this point. Any point in between their actions.
Yeah,
If
I
he
want to do
starts,
that.
he gets to go his whole turn because you don't have the Joker bonus. But right now, you can say, all right, I'm going.
All right, I would like to swing around so that we have the gang up on it and take a shot at this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, that was bad.
Is
I'm
a
gonna
yikes,
Benny that.
yeah.
Bennett, baby.
How do I? Oh, hang on. I don't know if I can like do a targeted re-roll with Benny, but
No, you can just drop it down and just re-roll the. It'll use the last. That's a hit. There you go.
Hey, it worked.
Elon that's what got him there. Although I guess not, because you have the gang up bonus plus the size discrepancy. But
Oh,
man,
I'm gonna Benny that too.
yeah. What color are we using here? Oh, never mind. It's 50 fathoms. God, it's been too long. Yeah, Benny it up. Are you gonna add it?
Oh, that's terrible. Was it?
Oh my god.
Well, that would be an 8 and still nothing because they got a 10 to. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, 10.
Yeah.
these dudes are tough.
Hang on. You know what? I got enough bennies. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, why not? Camping on the bennies.
That's terrible. Oh, never mind. All right, we're done.
Wow, I just.
We might be.
That's yikes. I don't know, I mean, they're not swinging so great themselves, too. You know? Although that's mostly been math so far. I'm not gonna. Oh, wait, it was Cave Bear 3's turn. That's right. You interrupted. Like a bastard. He's gonna come down here and take a swing at Chef. Claws raking through the air and finding naught but air. Cave Bear number 4.
There's room over here. There's a little slot you could make into, yeah.
He is. He definitely is. Look at that. Cave Bear number 5 remains shaken. Ambrose Avon, you
There we go, right about there.
yeah,
That should get
there's
the
some
rest of
bears
them.
in there. Yeah, that's 3 bears.
That's
Three
three
little
bears.
bears.
Yep.
Three little bears.
Hopefully
make
this
some
is not.
Hey.
Hopefully.
Is this
Isn't too
oatmeal
cold.
too hot? Whoosh. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that old bit. And I'm going to do a multi-action attack. I'm going to do the waves of flame.
Right,
So
right.
that should hit all 3 of them. I got less than a 5 on my action card, so that's gonna be calculating. So I ignore 2 points on the first action, so it's a flat roll. But I'm gonna just say screw that and automatically succeed with a single raise.
Single raise. Oh my.
Just.
So that's gonna be,
A billion damage.
well, it's the
Make sure you have all 3 targeted when you roll the damage roll.
yeah.
And that you right click so you get the raise.
There we go. Well, with the raise, it here,
Well, because it's not going to automat the raise since you use the adventure card, so just drag the damage out, right click, and then drop it. Well, right click to double the dice. Well, no, it's a d6.
okay. That
Yes,
was,
no,
there we
that
go.
Not
is-
terrible.
3 wounds. Unfortunately, they're all wild cards. No, they're not. That would be fucked up, though, wouldn't it? I was like, whoopsie doodle, I put you guys in first combat of the return. 3 wild cards, just right out the gate. No 5. Yeah, no, you incinerate 3 bears.
All right, so that's gonna be
Laughing maniacally. I don't know why. My head cannon. You.
no. I just killed 3 giant bears.
Yeah, 8 foot tall, 600
in a
pound,
wave of fire that engulfed and then reduced him to dead. And then I'm gonna do a firebolt to him. And I'm gonna Benny because we're just gonna end this real quick. I'm gonna Benny. No, I mean I'm good.
There we go.
There we go. I'm gonna supercharge it.
Yeah, of course you are.
Oh.
Come. Yeah, no shaking. Yeah.
No. So that's down to 5.
All of them
I'm feeling
bears are
drained.
shaking.
Or dead.
Yeah, or dead. Factually, yes. I love how, like, every time I start these combat, I can see the mood change, right? Like, a couple of people fail, they go, oh man, tough 10, god damn. You know, this is gonna be, oh, they're gonna wreck us. You let him walk right up to me. I'm gonna be mad about this. And then you go, whoosh, and they're, you know, and then I'll, it's the same as always, isn't it?
Jeff stepped aside.
Right? It's just too much. Just too
I'm gonna
much.
be in the way of this.
Hey, look at that. The bears get to go first, at least. Let's see if they can get unshaken. Yay! Okay, bear number 3, shakes it off and is going to claw at Chef. Because he doesn't know better. And yeah, no, woof. Again, he did beat the deflection by 1 that time, though, so you technically had to go like, you know. Next cave bear is... He's just gonna stay. He's like, fuck this. That was Gary, Lou, and Carol. So you killed a woman bear. Chef.
Punches him.
Chef just...
Punches him right in his shit.
Was it Carol Bearskins?
Yeah, Carol Bearskins. You lose a Benny.
Carol Bearskin. That bitch, Carol.
That bitch, Carol Bearskin. You literally punched the bear to death. It's just BAM! 8 foot of bear. Oh, and apparently it was that one. Fucking.
That works for me because I'm my second. It's my second attack. We'll go with that one. I punched through him. And the kinetic energy.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I think that'll do it. That'll likely solve the bear problem.
Man, that D12 is nuts.
Oh.
Shaking. Yeah, no,
Benny
D12
the-
strength is fucking insane.
Benny.
I'm gonna
Of course,
Benny
why
that.
not?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
I want to kill him. Oh, you mother! I'm gonna Benny it again.
I'm telling you, man, it's not easy.
Chef is really, really.
I think it is pretty
Okay.
easy.
Oh wait, I put.
All you need is an adventure card that guarantees you a raise on your hit of fire.
That's all you need. Yeah, just
That's all you
It's
to be
late.
the damage dealing class of the game, and to have several game mechanics backing up the
I'm using them
specific
all.
one trick you do.
There we go.
There we
And
go.
be,
Oh,
like-
3 holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you just reach into this one and just separate its ribcage from its sternum. 3 wounds with your bare hands on an 8-foot tall, 600-pound bear. Ah! You're just bathing in its blood with it lifted over your body. Like, Jesus. I mean, how do you even do 3 wounds? Oh, that's
Everyone's
gross.
like staring at Chef as he like.
Because it was non-lethal.
Alright. Well,
Blood all
Just
over his
drinking the
face.
blood.
alright. Well, you managed to get 2 not fried to a crisp. That's good.
Yes.
Oh man.
What's 1,200 pounds of bear? How
Mhm.
much bear can we carry?
Pelts,
Well, you can
food.
turn them each into 2 provisions, provided you spend an hour working on it.
Yeah, Chef breaks the cleaver out, starts getting to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still have the
Doesn't
cave to
clean the
check out.
blood.
There could be cubs.
Yes, Screw wants to search the cave.
He comes across the boss bear. No.
Let me get a mean roll.
Yes.
Can we
Alright,
do
boss
anything?
bear. It has a
Skin
carrot
him.
haircut. It tries
Has
to
a
sell you
cannon on its
essential
back.
arrows, oils. Yeah.
Wearing a sequin jacket.
That is weird because did they not mention that there was one in particular that was super fierce that had a few spears sticking in it already? Did I mention any
You did
bears
mention
with
spears.
spears sticking in them or that appeared wounded or they just blue? Ah, that's that's neither here nor there. What were you doing, Screw? You were wandering into the cave, you said?
Searching it cautiously, yep.
The description changes dramatically.
There's swagger in there.
I meant, searching it cautiously, of course. Yeah, so, ba-ba-ba-da, 1d10, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You find
A bear.
30 gold worth of bric-a-brac.
Nice. Bric-a-brac. I love bric-a-brac.
Mm-hmm.
I come out with my bric-a-brac.
Give me a notice roll at a -2.
I don't see nothing. It looks all
No,
good to me.
you pick up a couple of the gold coins out of a large depression.
Nothing to see here,
Nothing to see here. Mhm.
Definitely saw everything there is in this cave.
for sure.
Yep. No reason to
Guys.
look. I was already here stealthily, so there's nothing. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Guys, look
And-
at my bric-a-brac.
You make your way out with your assortment of treasure. And, you guys are beating the bears. Yay, right? Everybody's happy. That's successful.
Am I able to skin the bears to keep the pelts for anything?
Yeah,
special?
for 2 of them. Yeah, you could definitely sell
Yeah.
those pelts. There, I would need to look up the trade good table for
Yeah.
or
Maybe
what they
make
sell
something.
for. But yeah, 4 provisions, 2 pelts. That totally, that tracks.
I was gonna say I should keep a part of some of the fur for an eye patch, but I don't know, like a
bear
fuzzy
fur
blue eye patch.
ah.
That just seems
It's like
so
uncured
awful.
bear leather just against that wound. Just,
That can't be healthy.
yeah, no,
I'm
that can't
googling
be
that.
good.
I'm googling
Might have
that
people
now. Is
roll
that
up
a
and
thing?
throw fake blood on it.
We have
Bear eye patch.
3 minutes left, and I believe this is the end of the 6th session of this, is it not?
Doo-doo.
No.
Which would be 6
Not sure.
sessions in, which would be another level up.
Ba-da-da-da.
Awesome.
Every 3 sessions being a level up. So you managed to defile some bears. And, yeah, totally solved this. No repercussions, no dangling plot hooks or unresolved boss fights or big, large bears with spears sticking out of them that are going to come back to their murdered bear family and then seek vengeance. So, we're good. Everything's good.
Oh, you always get rid of the bloodline.
Right. But with that established, I mean, that's if we were gonna run long tonight, I figured we were gonna have there's another encounter, but it's just gathering provisions for the trip.
Well, Drew
but,
just
it's-
obliterated everybody.
Yeah, he literally, so I think we're going to call it there for the evening, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We love each and every one of you. If you are subbed to the show, remember you got to do it every month. We could definitely use it with your Twitch Prime or your cash monies. We enjoy that too. Give us some of that Trump check. Or not, buy groceries. Make sure your kids have food. I guess that's important too. But come tomorrow, Deadlands is back with a vengeance. They are going to get teleported to a town that is going to, well, have its own conundrums for them to solve. That totally won't be weird. At least I'm like 70% sure they're not going to get shrunk down and inserted inside of a corpse this week. So that's good.
Whoa,
good.
what? One question.
Yeah,
You know, I was ordering stuff for the pandemic
yeah.
on Amazon Prime.
Oh, were you?
What else could I do with that besides, order?
Well,
you
I
know?
mean, you could definitely use that pre-existing Amazon Prime that you're using in this social, isolation time to, for free, support this very channel. While
What?
with a couple of simple clicks of a button, you could go to the subscribe and use that Amazon Prime instead of cash money. And this is the crazy part, right? Like, that does nothing else for you. Like, if you don't use it on this channel, it just sits there. It's not like it's savings or money. It just sits there doing nothing. So yeah, it's wasteful. And in these trying times, right? Shouldn't we all be more economical?
It's amazing.
Thank you, Red Ketchup. Wow, that worked. I didn't realize the hard sell at the end was going to push. I'll take it. But from the League of Gentlemen Explorers to yourselves, may your dice always roll hot. And thanks for sticking around, guys. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Nice.
Oh, man. Yeah, bye. I was like, they're choking.